Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Court Watch. Welcome to Day 2 of the Afroman trial. Day 2, Part 1, at least. This episode, or this day in court, is longer than the first day, so it'll probably take at least 2 streams to get through. But we will be starting out Day 2 today, where we left off at Day 1. We're talking to this officer right here. Her name is Lisa. So welcome, everyone. How we doing? Altered Undying with 100 bits says, "Hey Hannah, hope you're well. I know you like to see my art sometimes. Here's a Dark Ages Fae character. Enjoy my winter night." And I saw that. Looks very cool. Very icy and wintry. I like the touch of, like, branches and stuff. Very cool. And I think that's it. If you are on YouTube, do me a favor and hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. Other than that, if you want to support the stream, you can become a member on YouTube. Super Chat on YouTube, become a member of the Patreon. On Twitch, you can use subscriptions or bits. Anyway, with all that out of the way, let's jump right into it with Day 2 of the trial.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Lisa. We left yesterday afternoon with a video, and that video contained parts of your videotaped deposition from last fall. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
You remember giving that video deposition last fall?
Yes, I do.
Do you remember where it occurred?
Mr. Osborne's office.
And do you...
I want to point out, the audio's a little rough in this first section, but after they're done discussing... I apologize, my brain is all over the place today. As soon as they're done questioning her, they switch to a different witness or different person that's involved in the case to be questioned, and they do switch to a different camera and microphone. So just the first, 20 minutes of this might be a little rough audio-wise, but just so you know, it does get better.
In the video snippets that we saw yesterday, it appeared somebody was asking you questions at this deposition in Mr. Osborne's office. Who was asking you those questions?
In the deposition?
In the deposition?
As far as the attorneys?
Yes. You were answering some questions, and it looked like you were upset in some way. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
Who was asking you the questions?
Mr. Osborne?
And was Mr. Foreman present at that deposition?
Yes, sir.
He saw the whole thing?
Yes, sir.
I have to ask you for the record, I'm afraid. Are you a biological female, Lisa?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Jesus, that's the question.
You ever had a sex change operation?
Yes, sir.
Could have phrased it very differently. Are you trans? Whatever.
How did you feel when you learned that these posts were out there?
Humiliated.
Yeah, I know. It's Ohio. It's America. It's planet Earth.
What reaction did you get from the community, if any?
Calling names of Lieutenant below, and they called her Dyke, stuff, things like that.
Has anyone ever asked you or your family since these posts came out if you've had a sex change operation?
I'm sorry. As a trans woman, I find it a little funny hearing them try and question this cis woman and talk about how painful it is for her to be perceived as potentially a trans woman, and that's what she's suing for millions of dollars over, is some people might think I'm trans. Where's my millions of dollars? I am actually trans. What the fuck? What is this?
When there was a total.
Can you tell us about that?
Your Honor, I will object to any hearsay that she would not have heard personally. What her family would have heard, they could be called to testify directly. But anything she testifies in that manner would be hearsay.
Fair enough. Set the foundation better. Sustain.
Thank you, Judge. You mentioned a phone call.
Yes, sir.
Did you receive the phone call?
That's right.
Okay, who did?
My daughter.
And did your daughter, then, without telling us what the content was, did your daughter tell you what the content was?
Yes, sir.
And can you tell us
I hate it here too, Carpcosian, but at least we're here hating it together. Solidarity, solidarity.
what effect that had on you hearing what your daughter asked?
I hope next time I get reincarnated as like a bee or something. Just get pollen all day. That sounds great. Just pollen, pollen, pollen. Single-minded. Simple.
See that she's going through humiliation. It's something that she has no control of. Because of my job, it's a choice I made. I'm trying to do my job. And now she's being punished, and I'm watching her being punished, and it hurts.
So, Your Honor, my asking this witness the content of the statement would be not for the truth of the matter, but for the effect.
April tip goal should be Get Hannah Across into Canada Fund. I'm pretty close. I'm in Michigan. If things get really bad, yeah, I could get over there. That's fine. I'll work on it. I just have to figure out how to bring all my Blu-rays. Altered Undying says, and bees snuggle to slay their enemies. Is that true? Bumble Homestead says, I recommend reincarnating as a nice rich lady's golden retriever. I think I'd be more comfortable as a cat. But sure, golden retriever. I think golden retrievers do a lot of, like, running around. I'm more of a laying around kinda person. But, you know, whatever. At least I'd still be a bitch. That's pretty nice.
On the witness.
Did I see Trump's 27 budget is out, 1.5 trillion to the Department of Defense and deep cuts to everything else? Yeah, there's like a 7 billion cut from NASA or something. I know that Medicare and Medicaid are also on the chopping block, but that's the thing I saw the article about. Just fucking absurd. Everything is bad.
Your Honor, we'd ask for a limiting instruction to be given to that effect then.
It's like law school 101. Hearsay statements tend to not be
Please vote in this election. I'm begging you. Please vote.
reliable if you want the person who made the statement to be in here to tell you what they said. So hearsay objection, true, but she can testify and I'm going to allow her to say how I was impacted by what I heard her said. So it's not whether the statement was accurate that we care about. It's how she reacted to how it affected her. So that's why you're going to hear what was said, so you can understand the context in which she reacted. Not whether the statement's true, it's the reaction. Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. So
Thank you, Mr. Osborne.
my question will be, what was it that your daughter said this phone call was about?
If I had sex change.
She got a phone call asking her if you had had a sex change?
Yes.
Did these posts that we've seen and talked about have any effect on your job as a deputy sheriff?
Yes, it has.
Tell us how.
I've always been a go-getter, and you know what I mean, as far as like, I try to do my best to go out. I feel like I go out of my way. You know what I mean? And what you're supposed to do is part of doing your job.
God, she is just almost unintelligible, and there aren't even captions on this part. I am so sorry.
Sit back and, you know, try to do the best I can.
Like I said, it switches to a better microphone in a little bit, and then we'll be able to hear things better.
And you have people hollering at you, saying things like being a thief, have the sex change, prove I have to have a vagina, I mean, I have a vagina. And you know, you see these images, you see the videos, and it's consistent in my head. I mean, like I was eating his, pardon my language, his wife's pussy, and there's the kind of things. I can't, I don't know how to count because that's all I do is lick pussy. I mean, it just, it's honestly just put me in a dark hole.
It put you in a dark hole that they said all you do is eat pussy. Again, I don't agree with, like, the avenue through which he insulted this woman. Weirdly homophobic, weirdly transphobic, but I do find it so weird that she's basically complaining that she might be perceived as trans. And I find that so funny as something to sue for millions of dollars over.
I never went to this job for this. You know, it's not like somebody cussing you. You don't get stopped. I've been on calls. I've been cussed. I've had things said to me about my voice that I can't change. But it's never went this far. I've never had to deal with somebody thinking it's hilarious to make videos of me. To throw me on the bed and act as he's having sex with me. And I'm ashamed that his kids had to see that in the courtroom yesterday.
Lisa, did you ask Mr. Foreman in some way to stop these posts and take them down?
H-Beard says, considering how expensive bottom surgery is, saying you've had it is a flex.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Through
Have they been taken down?
sir.
The video we saw yesterday, I'm not
I
sure.
have my appointment with a surgeon in, like, June. It's not the surgery date, but it's another appointment to get towards the surgery
They
date.
made that clear yesterday. The video we saw yesterday at the end of the day, when was that posted?
Last week.
Just last week?
Yeah.
Those are all my questions. Thank you.
Go ahead, cross-examination. Thank you, Mr. Klingman.
Lisa, before I start cross-examination, take a minute. No. You know I'm going to have to ask you a lot of hard questions. Anytime during my questions you want to stop, take a break, you let us know, we're going to give you a break.
No, we'll decide if we take a break. Thanks for being human, but we got a schedule to get done.
This judge is a fucking asshole.
I'm watching this, but that's my call, not yours.
Actually, no matter how much pain she's in, I'd like to continue. Fuck you.
Thank you.
That guy's such a prick.
So, in October of 2022, you were employed with the Adams County Sheriff's Department?
Yes, sir.
You've been an officer for over 21 years?
Yes.
You've not been a school resource officer since 2015?
It's been a few years. I don't know exactly.
But it was before 2022, correct? And when you're out performing your duties, everybody can see you, see what you're doing? And you've testified in this courtroom before?
Sir.
Have you ever testified in this courtroom in a civil case?
No, sir.
Yeah, you mentioned that before you were out on
Afroman has the loudest pen in history.
your job duties before people have called you derogatory names.
Yes, I have.
And those were members of the public.
Yes.
It's fair to say some of those names were not flattering.
No, no, sir.
You were born with a deep voice?
I didn't have surgery or anything.
I didn't know it was an accident that caused that.
No.
So you went through school with this deep voice,
Sure did.
picked on by your peers.
Yeah.
Is he gonna say, well, kids probably made fun of you? Is he gonna say that?
Seriously, you were called derogatory names by your peers.
Yep.
Yeah.
you read and believe everything you see on the internet?
No, I don't.
Do you believe everything you see or read in the newspaper?
No, I don't.
When you're listening to a song, do you believe everything in it?
No, I don't.
Would it be fair to say that songs are either opinions or exaggerations for entertainment?
Yeah, humiliation.
You would agree that everybody's idea of entertainment is not the same.
Obviously.
Is that
Cops have tried to use rap lyrics as evidence against someone before. Why? Because the song was like violent or something, and then they were like, see? This song said things.
You would agree that there's some songs that use harsh and derogatory language to make their point?
Yes.
You would agree that when someone says or calls someone a dirty defense attorney, that's really not an accusation that they're a dirty person that didn't take a shower. It's more an opinion.
Yes, sir.
Same with crooked cops. It's an opinion. They're not saying they're crooked and like a stick.
It's opinion.
There's a question about false light. Can you tell me what false light is?
As far as, I mean, put me out there, you know, put stuff in there that, you know, it's not true.
Profane Priestess says this is actually a perfect demonstration of how the new Lavender Panic hurts everyone, be cis or trans or gay or straight. When gender nonconformity is reduced to degeneracy, it isn't just queers that get caught in the dragnet. I'm willing to bet this cop, like most of her said with disdain, kind, is a right-winger and will never reflect on that, though. Yeah, probably not.
I mean, the humiliation that I've had to go through.
So, I'm going to have to ask a more difficult question. What specific statement, let's take it one time, would put you in a false light? Does calling you Mona Lisa put you in a false light?
I mean, my head's put on her body and, you know, things like that.
But
It
it's
doesn't
not,
bother me, it bothers me.
so you're saying that paints you in a false light?
But it doesn't, it's not like what the rest of the stuff.
So it's different than the others?
It's,
And is that a private matter in your mind?
A rapper rapped about information about the crime only the perpetrator would know? That's unironically hilarious, if that's the case.
what do you mean by private matter?
Is it a private matter?
That's not very smart.
Whether you have a deep voice or not?
You know, it's not private. I mean, I have a voice like Morning's, but
I think I gotta skip ahead to when the audio changes, because I just absolutely cannot understand half of what is being said.
But why you unhooking my...
So I apologize. I'm gonna skip ahead about 10 minutes.
no, there was more than one display.
The last one yesterday, the final. Try that.
Okay.
Give me one sec. We're almost there. Okay.
You
Next plaintiff.
experience any reactions from the community yourself from these posts having to do with stealing his money?
Yes, sir.
Can you
Flips. About. Sorry, I'm getting there. I apologize.
Question, and I felt that it was the most responsible thing to do.
Justin.
I wouldn't trust him with
There we go.
methamphetamine, crack ass alone.
I asked this very plain. Left the Adams County Sheriff's Department.
I've already answered that question.
What crazy outfit would I show up to court in? None. I am not confident enough to show up in a crazy outfit.
And I said yes.
Okay.
I don't walk around like this. I do this in front of this camera, and then I take it off.
So there is more reasons then than Mr. Foreman that caused you to leave the sheriff's department.
It had to do with the handling of this case.
Can you tell me what fact about you that receding hairline or dipshit refers to, please?
Sorry?
What private fact of yours does that refer to?
I mean,
Hydrate.
there's a picture of me, and let's see here. Talking about, see, I wouldn't trust him with methamphetamine, crack ass alone in my house.
So,
I find that pretty insulting.
so that statement is what you're suing on.
Well, no. I told you this is one of many.
Well, and that's why we're trying to
You
find.
keep trying to make it singular. I'm telling you it's not singular, it's plural.
Okay, and so one of them is dipshit, one is receding hairline,
Yep.
and the other is meth heads.
Yes.
Is there any more?
Technically, he said he wouldn't trust you with meth in his house. It's a little different. Peep Lord says, overly theatrical courtroom lawyer voice, I ask you all, who, I ask you, who amongst us can raise their hand face God and their fellow man under and truly say Afroman did not sleep with my wife?
Well, when he's sitting there making accusations against the organization that
Is this the case he won? Yes.
at that time was working for, destroying community trust, all based off of a lie. That's
Destroying community trust. If songs from Afroman can destroy your community trust, you didn't have it to begin with.
what ultimately stopped.
And that's community trust in the Adams County Sheriff's Department, correct?
Yes.
Let's go back to what was Plaintiff's Exhibit 5.
Okay.
I unfortunately don't do technology very well. But this was Plaintiff's Exhibit 5. You said this was referring to you. Where's your picture in this?
I said, you asked me earlier.
Where's your picture?
No. You asked me earlier.
Your Honor, I'd ask the witness to answer the question.
Okay.
You can clarify that there's read.
Okay.
Is your picture in this post?
No.
Is that a picture of your father?
Yes.
So this actually pertains more to your father than you.
Correct.
I'd like to look at what was Plaintiff's Exhibit A.
Can you turn a little bit?
Well, here, help me with that.
Just turn it slightly. There.
Dillis Filler says, learn how to click the fucking book. It's the year of our Lord 2026. This is the thing that gets me. I do not understand people saying they don't understand this newfangled technology in the mid-20s. Like, maybe in the 90s and early 2000s you could get away with that. But, like, computers, apps, they are part of our lives and our jobs on a daily basis. Imagine if you got a new job and they're like, all right, here's your office. And you were like, oh, I don't know how to use doors. I'm really bad with doors. And they're like, what? And you go, yeah, these doors that you open to get into offices, I've just never gotten the hang of them. I don't get it. Like, it's just a thing you need to know. You want a job and you don't know how to do a basic thing about your job, which is technology? I don't understand.
Perfect.
Okay.
So there's no plaintiff's exhibit A.
Oh, sorry, Plaintiff's Exhibit
Hey,
1.
Queen Pip.
So this would have been Plaintiff's Exhibit 1. It says, in court early. Were you at that hearing?
No.
So this is a post about a legitimate hearing that we have in this case.
Right.
But you weren't present.
No, sir.
You know if your attorney was present?
I don't know.
This kind of goes without saying, you're not a judge.
Nope.
What's
You're
the
not.
exhibit number?
Right now.
Thank you.
This would be Plaintiff's Exhibit number 6, the one about Roy Gabbard. You're not a judge?
Nope.
You're not Roy Gabbard?
Nope.
And other than this referring to the Adams County Sheriff's Department somewhere towards the end, that is the only thing in it that you believe is to blame?
I'm sorry. It kicked on right when you were talking. I couldn't hear you. The AC
Let's
kicked on.
strike the question.
Okay, I'm sorry. Poor timing.
This would be plaintiff's exhibit number 8. You said you saw this sometime after?
Yeah, it wasn't the day of. It was sometime after. I don't recall.
How long after?
Within a week, I'd say, probably.
But you're not identified in here?
No,
And it just talks about the department in general?
correct.
It just talks about a guy that hit Mr. Foreman's mailbox?
Correct.
And you didn't hit Mr. Foreman's mailbox?
No.
Okay. Were you ever disciplined because of what happened in the raid?
No.
Were you ever disciplined for anything Mr. Foreman said?
Hey, Will
No.
Cal. Benigagami says, Hannah, you don't understand. American society has been built around shielding stupid and stubborn people from having to change as long as possible. That's the whole point of the Southern strategy, lost cause mythology, etc.
Other than your voluntary resignation, have you lost any other income?
I've been employed in a year. I've been living off savings. You know, I can't keep
But you quit your job.
gainful
You
employment.
didn't lose your job. I don't think that's going to work for damages since you chose to leave your job. Peep Lord says with 40 bits, this guy would sue for mocking and harassment if anyone ever gave him a thumbs up. Good thing he's never done a good job at anything.
Because I'm going to VA appointments 5 days a week sometimes.
Well, you said that you went to surgery. When did you go into surgery?
I don't remember that. That's been so long ago. It was
It was a nice time at home. You didn't have
oh my
any
gosh.
duties.
Yes.
It seems like a primary part of the strategy of the defense attorney is to point out that realistically, what did you really lose from any of this? And the answer is nothing, except it bruised your ego a little bit. That's about it.
Was it a long time ago?
I don't recall. I'd say it's been over a year, but the dates I'm sorry, I can't recall it.
So, is the allegations of you being a thief come out of the handling of the money during the search of Mr. Foreman's residence?
Is this the husband? I'm not sure if he's the guy who says that the song says he slept with one of their wives. I don't know if this is the guy or not.
During depositions, I asked you some questions about how money should be counted and cataloged as evidence. Can you explain the process to me of how you count and catalog money as evidence?
Yeah, I mean, you as far as like what the policy is, or
It's not-
because I don't that policy has changed since then, and we had but usually what you do is we have a special type of evidence bag. That evidence bag, it'll have denominations of bills.
Okay.
On that, you count it and you mark it. You know, I got 3 20s, I have 1 10. You know, you put that money in the bag and seal it up. Does that answer your question?
Well, so you have these evidence bags. You would count out the money. You'd have it recounted. You would then like put a stack of 20s, 10s, 5s, and then down the denomination.
Yeah, it's not counted by the total on the bag. It's counted by each individual bill and the amount of each bill. So you have 3 20s. You don't put
Guessing the policy changed because of this case? Well, from the first day, we know that he didn't follow the policy. The guy that actually counted the money didn't follow the policy in the first place.
total amount of currency. You put the number of bills
So you could tell
on
if
that
the
on
bill's
that
checked.
type of evidence bag. Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me rephrase my question as we were
Okay.
talking at the same time. So if I look at the evidence bag, I can know exactly how many 5s are in it, 10s, 20s, 100s,
Correct.
and the evidence is sealed when it leaves the scene?
Most of the time, yes. But as long as it stays in your care and custody, as long as it's not something. If this was something that had a fingerprint, of course, you have to protect that fingerprint until you can get it to a lab. I'm not going to say that every time you leave somewhere, something is sealed, because sometimes, I mean, that's an unrealistic expectation. You know, if I got a gun, but I don't have a gun box to put it in, well, that's going in the trunk of my car until I get a gun box to put it in. I mean, that's the reality of law enforcement.
But if that gun changed hands by 3 or 4 people, they would all sign the box when they got it to show the chain of
Correct.
evidence.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So anybody in possession of that must be in the chain of evidence.
Correct.
And that's put on the bag or the box in that case.
Well, there's a little thing right on the front. It'll have an evidence chain right below the denominations. It has an evidence chain.
So if you collect a gun, you would sign first. If I hold it, I'd sign second, and so forth and so forth.
Correct.
Now, what happens if you don't have these special evidence bags and you just have a clear bag?
Tell me where you're going with this and why it matters.
This matters, Your Honor, because there's
The other party didn't object. Stop it.
a question about the policy.
Why does he keep doing this? Fennikagami says Dead Domain is a video that makes the AI psychosis thing even wilder. It's about a court case that depicts the depth of an AI addict's addiction where the AI constantly tried to act like the adult in their relationship. Here's a link. Okay, I will definitely watch this later. I've never really gotten into Dead Domain. I've heard good things, though. I'll have to look into her.
And procedures. And as I said, Mr. Robinson is going to testify, if he's admitted to testify, about an investigation he did. His investigation is very limited, at least from his report would indicate. He only watched video footage, never interviewed anybody. So one of the things I have to counteract that is the fact that the evidence was not handled correctly. And that is what I'm building here. Mr. Cooley is testifying about the exact way in which you will put that in.
What does that have to do with any issue in this case?
Your Honor, the issue of money is, and missing money is at the very issue of, they say they're being called thieves. They're trying to prove it's not a fact. I'm trying to prove that from the evidence and how things were done, you cannot even make that conclusion.
You said to call.
Yes, we do, Judge. He's asking to be here up long.
In what respect is your time to spend? I look at this as marginally relevant.
It's obviously relevant.
Spend the time.
If they're claiming it's defamatory for him to be claiming that they're thieves, then they need to be able to defend by saying he had a reasonable, it was reasonable for him to at least consider that they stole the money. Like, that is key in order to proving actual malice or not in this case.
Thank you.
Have at it.
So if you had a plain evidence bag that did not have the place for 5s and 10s,
Is the judge supposed to object like that? No.
would you handwrite in that information?
I've only really seen it when, sovereign citizens get crazy out of line because they don't know how court procedures work. I've never really seen it with, just normal attorneys like this. It's kind of fucking crazy.
Information with a permanent marker?
Yes.
So even if the bag was plain, you could write 10 5s, 2 20s, and such?
You can.
But that's the way it should be done, though, correct?
Well, I'm not going to say that's the way that happens every time. I mean, it's as long as you can protect that evidence to display in court, that's the purpose. You know, I mean, there's a little bit of flexibility in evidence handling based off the situation. But in general, if cash is seized, then yes, you can put the amount. The amount is always going to be on the outside of the bag. Mm-hmm. Anybody that took exclusive possession of that, yes, they're going to sign that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and the money's always counted twice, correct?
Correct.
At least twice, correct?
Correct.
Not to the amount that I have seen in this case, one who reads. It has been entirely one-sided towards the defense, and it has been incredibly inappropriate.
Even the officer himself probably counted twice, correct?
10 times, honestly. Personal choice there, I guess.
First, you would count it, though, twice, correct?
Yeah, but
Did you ever have possession of the money during the search of Mr. Foreman's home?
to be honest with you, I don't recall. I don't believe so, but I don't recall.
Forgive me, this.
Your Honor, I have no further questions for Mr. Cooley at this, or Justin Cooley at this time.
Afroman will bring it to ya. Afroman is gonna do ya. Afroman is gonna screw ya. My proof's on the internet.
It's called Mike Step.
I know that this isn't I'm not making any claims about this specific man, but if I was, like, working at Central Casting and you were like, I need a dirty cop, that's who you send over, right? Doesn't he have the perfect movie face for dirty cop? Here, I got 20 pounds of heroin from the evidence locker. I'm gonna move it by next week.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? As this, you shall answer unto God.
I do.
Thank you.
Would you introduce yourself to the jury, please?
Michael Eastep,
And Mr. Estep, how are you currently employed?
Adams County Sheriff's Office,
How long have you been with the Adams County Sheriff's Office?
over 24 years.
What's your current position?
You were thinking abusive Steve Wilkos guest. Did you know the Steve Wilkos show got canceled, like, this year? I didn't know that show had been going on so long.
with that office?
The Road Patrol Supervisor,
How did you get started in law enforcement?
through the fire service. Actually,
You don't know who that is? He was the bodyguard on Jerry Springer, and then he got his own Jerry Springer spin-off show, but it was way more boring.
friends in law
And he yelled at people and intimidated them more because he's a big guy.
enforcement were in the fire service and kind of hung out with them, and that's how I began to take an interest in law enforcement.
You live here in Adams County?
I do,
How long have you been in Adams County?
all my life.
Do you have family here?
I do.
You married?
Yes,
Children?
yes,
The children go to school here, did they?
yes.
You were part of the team that executed the search warrant on Mr. Foreman's home, is that right?
Yes.
Did you steal any money from Mr. Foreman's home?
No.
Is it bad that I wish we could watch old episodes of Jerry Springer together? I kinda, like, love-hate Jerry Springer. It's terrible, but it's also one of the most entertaining television shows ever to be put on camera.
We've seen, you've been here,
It also speaks to a very strange period of time where it was probably the primary source for people seeing trans people on television for a couple decades, which shaped a lot of people's views on trans people, I'm guessing. Oh boy.
the whole trial so far, the last day and a half, right?
Yes.
You've seen all the
You
exhibits.
saw your first trans people on that show? Probably same. Probably same.
Yes.
You saw the exhibits that were just shown to Justin Cooley.
Yes.
Did the posts that we've been talking about here in this trial have any effect on you?
Yes.
Explain what you mean, please.
People that we deal with in providing services into the community has called us out, called me a thief.
I preferred the episodes that were weird, like really out there stuff. near the end of the show, like the last decade of the show was basically just them doing like, oh, my boyfriend cheated, my girlfriend cheated, this person cheated every episode. Show used to be creative, used to have lots of different topics.
We assisted with a search warrant service here with another agency, and the people who was inside the residence looked at us and says, why are they allowed to do what they're doing?
Oh, that's unfortunate, Profane Priestess.
And they look at us and say, well, you done it to Afroman, they can get by with it, they can do it to us.
Did you ever receive any calls having to do with this case?
Not directly.
Are you aware of calls that were received by dispatch?
Lots of them.
Tell us about that.
My daughter actually works in the dispatch center, along with all the dispatchers that I'm very familiar with, that I work with as co-workers on day-to-day basis, called, and anything from why did you do this to why did you tear down the door, why don't you pay the guy back, you guys are thieves. And
none of these calls seem ridiculous. All of these calls just seem to be people calling and expressing their displeasure with how you treated this person and how you treated their property. Do you think that that's defamatory? That they found out what you did? Like, I don't understand.
On and on and on.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. It's hearsay.
They kept complaining that we ripped the door off his hinges. I mean, we did, but they shouldn't bring it up to me.
He was not there. He did not have the phone calls. He's hearing them actually third hand the way he's describing it. He's hearing them from the idea of, from the dispatchers telling him what another person said, so hearsay upon hearsay upon hearsay.
What's the purpose?
The purpose, Judge, is to, my next question was going to be, what effect hearing about these calls to dispatch had on Mr. Eastep?
Wait. Just for the jury's benefit, if the content of the calls was an important issue, then we wouldn't let it come in. The speaker or the hearer would have to testify. But the nature of the call and how it affected him is probative, relevant in this case. So the general description of the calls in the context of how it affected him is the reason you're allowed to hear, not the accuracy of the call, but the effect on the person.
Ashley One Up says, Your Honor, I need money because people were mean to me by pointing out all the bad things I did.
Something else, Mr. Osborne?
No, thank you, Your Honor. Just for the record.
No, you're good.
I'm so fucking glad these officers lost.
Thank you. So Mr. Eastep, tell us what effect it had on you hearing about these calls that dispatch was receiving about this warrant execution, and
it
you
developed a serious concern of safety to not only to me, but the people working with me on those shifts of the days that I was working.
Someone made a music video about you, so you think you're in danger? Yeah, that doesn't track. That doesn't really track.
Basically,
like at all.
Overwhelming of calls that came through, and they were hardly able to keep up with what we have going on in the services that we're providing with nonsense phone calls.
Max Power says, Thanks for your streams. This trial is really interesting. I finished another squad of models while listening to your VODs, pics, and live stream chat on Discord. Nice.
that these that these posts had on the sheriff's website?
Your Honor, I'm going to object. That is beyond the scope and not even relevant to this. The Sheriff's
Here's
Department
some of the
is a
models,
government
by the way.
agency. You cannot defame a government
Ooh.
agency.
Okay.
For the record.
Very nice.
Mr. Eastep, did you, through your attorney, ask Mr. Foreman to take these posts down?
I did.
Have they been taken down to your knowledge?
No.
Those are all my questions. Thank you.
Go ahead. Rob.
Mr. Eastep, do you mind if I call you Mike?
That's fine.
You've been an officer for a very long time, over 21 years.
Actually, over 24 full-time years and over 38 and a half as a certified peace officer, state of Ohio.
Okay. And during that time, you've never hid your identity as an officer?
No.
Everybody's seen you out in public?
Yes,
Seen you with your wife and kids?
yes.
And your wife? Strike that question. And so you wear a uniform while you're on duty?
I do.
And you were a sheriff's deputy in 8/21 of 22?
I was.
Okay.
Agreed,
people have
Lucas.
criticized your
It
duties
always
before,
strikes me
correct?
as weird too.
Yes.
And you've been called a lot of names by people in 24 years, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Things worse than a thief, correct?
Name-wise, but not not as detrimental how people look at you. I mean, you're seeing, people calling you names directly, but not put out there to be detrimental in something that is criminally related.
So people have come up to you and asked you if you were a thief.
I've had phone calls and I've had it happen.
When was the first time that happened? To you personally during your career?
In my entire career,
Yes.
I never had anything until this came about.
You never had anybody
Not
ask you
told me.
about being a thief and when
No.
your wife was charged with theft?
No.
When your wife pled guilty to stealing from her employer?
That's irrelevant, but it is pretty funny to bring up. His wife pled guilty to theft. All right, okay. Not relevant, but shit.
Tell me why you would do that to the jury.
Your Honor, I
Why
would
you
ask
do
this.
that to the jury?
Your Honor, I'm asking a question that builds on his reputation. He says he has never been called a thief before, yet he keeps
This is the defense attorney.
saying that everybody
This is Afroman's attorney.
treats him differently. This goes to his reputation. He is used to this. Has happened before. To say that this is the only thing causing the problem has ever hurt his reputation, he's opening up the door so that I can ask the question about what's affecting his reputation.
Thank you. Mr. Kramer?
What is it when then he asks the fucking plaintiffs, like, you got an objection? What the fuck is his problem?
We're not gonna, I assume, have a trial about every family member and what every family member of these plaintiffs might have done in their lives. This is a case about
I don't even disagree that this is irrelevant, to be clear. I don't think it's irrelevant, but like, damn, this judge is just obnoxious.
these deputies and about Mr. Eastep. It's not about his wife, it's not about his family. We're gonna try a case here about what somebody else might or might have done, or whether they might or might have not been guilty. It's about what he experienced as a result of these.
And how it affected his reputation, which is exactly at issue. He is talking about his reputation, how it's been affected. He's opened it up. Your reputation is your entire life, everything you do in the community. Your family affects your reputation. You can't say that you have, if my brother gets in
This
trouble and
case is
people ask me about that.
This case is about what he did to his reputation, not about what.
What was
Allegedly.
his reputation like before this started then?
So I thought you'd play this out in front of the jury so they can understand how to separate the evidence. There's no claims here for your benefit, ladies and gentlemen, for family member injuries.
Profane Priestess says, honestly, I wonder if the judge's conduct backfired. He's so nakedly biased that it may have soured the jury. I know one of the members of the jury was interviewed after this, and they did bring up that they had noticed that the judge was being biased. And then after the case, and after they had already ruled, not guilty, the judge came back and asked them, like, what caused this to happen, basically? The judge was trying to see what he could have done better to get them to vote the other way, which is completely indefensible. That's ridiculous.
Right? But how family members' reactions to claims affect a person's relevance. So you get to hear that my daughter was upset when I was called a derogative term for the benefit, for the relevance of how it hits me. Right? Now, take that to this step. If we allow, and we will, testimony about the wife's prior experience, it only goes not to the character of that person, but how it affects the witness. So, like, we're not here to try to decide whether or not the spouse as a character flaw or not, but how the whole thief reference should play into his claim for damages, right? Their law school example and arguing with each other is what lawyers do, but you need to understand how to see it. So I'm going to allow this so you can see how it does or does not affect him
Would I be
alone.
surprised that this judge has been accused of the same behavior in a murder trial? No, we actually read in the first day an article about that.
Just don't get caught up that your spouse's character is your character, because it's not. Enough said, overrule the objection, and then you can renew them as you feel appropriate. Go, re-ask the question.
He answered the question, Your Honor.
Then re-ask it because he shouldn't have.
Okay. So restating the question, Mr. Eastep, your wife did steal from her employer, correct?
Yes.
And it was a felony sum of money, correct?
Yes.
Which is over $1,000.
Yes.
And you were part of the search of Mr. Foreman's residence, correct?
Yes.
Did you ever have any contact with the money?
I noticed some money in a coat pocket and I pointed it out to Detective Newland.
And is that the money that Mr. Newland testified earlier that was upstairs?
That should have been some of it, yes. I didn't do the collection of it.
ABC
You
Archives,
just
how's it
pointed
going?
it out in the pocket.
Yes.
Another officer took it out of the pocket.
I assume.
Okay. Do you remember which officer you pointed it out to?
I told Detective Newland.
You realize that during that search, everything you said was captured on your body cam, correct?
Absolutely.
Did you ever make derogatory remarks during the search warrant about Mr. Foreman?
Not that I can recall.
Let me lay the foundation. Mr. Eastep, on October 21st, 2022, did you have a body cam on during the search of Mr. Foreman's residence?
Yes.
Was that body cam active the entire time?
You don't
Yes.
think the judge should have allowed the thing about his wife? I'm actually shocked he did. He made him rephrase it slightly, but it was just the same question.
Does it have audio and video recording capabilities? If I show you a clip of that body cam, can you
Sure.
identify it?
Sure.
For the benefit of the record, this would be marked Defense Exhibit B.
You don't think the judge should have allowed the thing about his wife? I hate to say I agree with you just because it brings holistically too many problems. Because if you're allowed to just say, all right, we're talking about your reputation and your wife counts as part of your reputation because of your proximity and relationship to her, I feel like it opens the door in similar matters to start bringing up like, oh, your dad did this, your mom did this, your brother did this. I just don't think you want to go down that road. I don't know.
And for the sake of the record, the file would be ACSO3_OK0019_21252.mp4. This is a clip of that file.
Is there a way to note what portions or time it clocked, or when you plug it in?
Yeah, they talked about the other officer's brother the previous day, which also probably wasn't really relevant.
Time.
It should have the date, time, and the timestamp it goes through on it.
The Court of Appeals should know that you didn't play the whole thing, you just played X amount of time.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's what I'm looking for.
As there's over 8 hours of body cam footage, we have to.
We just have to make a note. Tell me where you're starting it, when you're starting the time clock.
You don't know how judges work? How can a guy who's retired still be hearing cases? He's not working at any particular, like, courthouse full time. I think he's like a traveling judge that will take up cases occasionally, like on a one-off basis, but he doesn't have like a permanent position as a judge anywhere. That's my understanding, at least.
Is this? Yes. Okay.
He's traveling in his private conveyance.
Okay. Your Honor, this would be marked body cam in the upper left-hand corner and the bottom left-hand corner. It has 8/21/2022. Sorry. 8.
A traveling judge, what the fuck? Historically, that's actually not even that different. When the judicial system was first starting, it was basically the king sending judges that they had appointed around to different areas to adjudicate matters on their behalf. So there is a history of, like, traveling judges. That's not a new thing.
2022, starting at 20:56:02.
That's where you're gonna start playing.
Actually, Your Honor, hold on a second here. It would be starting at 20:56:00.
Thank you.
Mr. Eastep, I would ask you a few questions before I play this. Can you see what's been marked Exhibit B?
Yes.
So, when your body cam is recording, does it record in color?
Yes.
Does it also record in black and white?
Yes.
Okay. Now, looking at this, does this appear, as you can recall it, to be the inside of Mr. Foreman's bedroom?
Yes.
And is the...
It's a little on the nose that his
inside-
bedspread is a tacky weed sheet, like blanket, isn't it? Because he got high, guy has a weed blanket on his fucking bed.
Mr. Foreman's bedroom?
He's got two personality traits.
Yes.
And is
Rapping and weed.
I don't know why I did that. Did you happen to see the date in the bottom corner of it?
Yes.
Is that the correct date for when you searched?
Yes.
So this would be a copy, a segment of your body cam taken that day?
Yes.
Looks like your high school boyfriend's bedroom.
I love technology. Your Honor, maybe approach.
What's it have to do with?
It has to do with what I think might be coming up.
This is not about the law at all, but I also don't like his setup. Look how far his TVs are away from his fucking bed. And why does he have, like, 4 TVs? What in the world? He's relatively wealthy. He should be doing better than this. The TV's too high. It's too far. What are we doing? Green guy with a tip says, you're the company you keep if you love pets. Could you be with someone who has beat a dog? If there are 10 people sitting at a table and one's a Nazi, then there are 10 Nazis sitting at the table.
What's it have to do with?
It has to do with what I think might be coming up. I wasn't aware that this was
Your sister has a giant rainbow weed flag. Is it framed?
going to be shown, but I'm concerned about something.
Sure. Stand up, don't leave, just stretch.
The walls are green too. It's like how Trump is obsessed with tacky gold stuff, except in his case it's green and weed. The room doesn't look as big as you would assume with someone who's relatively wealthy. I mean, he is relatively wealthy. I assume he still gets some, like, royalties from When I Got High, but for the most part, I can't imagine he still makes that much money. Did your raid work? I didn't see a raid. Oh, there it is. Welcome, raiders. Hi, everyone. I'm so glad you're doing well, Cassifel. I heard about your accident. I'm so sorry. Welcome, raiders. Today we're taking a look at the Afroman trial. We are on day 2. I'm Hannah. I look at all sorts of weird stuff. Court stuff, sovereign citizens, debunking conspiracy theories. It's all lots of fun, so give me a follow if you haven't seen me before. We have a lot of fun in this community, and definitely check out Cassifel if you haven't seen Cassifel before. I hope the healing is going well. You have metal in your neck now? Well, on the bright side, you get to have, like, a special thing on metal detectors. You can be like, I can have metal, because look at my medical thing. Nike used Then I Got High in a campaign recently, so he has some money from stuff like that. Oh, that was probably good money. You're grown up, choom. I'm glad you're doing well, all things considered.
So you said you want to include something? You're amazed. CDs.
So they're supposed to be searching his house for narcotics and a kidnapping victim? Neither of which is in the house. There's a small amount of weed and no kidnapping victims. See you, Cassifel. Good to hear from you. Overthought, thanks for gifting a sub to Cassifel.
I'm going to stop it for a second, just for the sake of context, as there is things happening sort
Is
of below.
weed legal in that state? Not as of the time that this search took place. It is now, though.
The camera?
Mm-hmm.
Were you searching through CDs
Yes.
and DVDs?
I looked at them. I didn't like really search through them.
But that's what you're looking at right now.
Yeah.
Why?
I would look at that stuff because some of the stuff I think was mentioned in there. Well, he's just denying it. He says.
On your body cam during an official search, you called Mr. Foreman a sex addict?
I couldn't clarify. I heard addict. I couldn't clarify.
Would you like me to replay it?
Yeah.
If you'd like, can we turn up the volume? For the sake of the record, since this is roughly about a little under 3 minutes long, we're going to just back up and play some.
He said I'm a thief. You called him a sex addict. What the fuck?
For the sake of the record, I'm going to start the playback at 33 seconds in.
What are they even doing for the search? They're just kind of like meandering. I don't know why you'd be looking in the CD case at all. Like, a cursory glance would tell you there aren't drugs in there once you open it.
Some of the stuff I think was mentioned in there. Well, he's just denying it. He says.
Mr. Eastham, do I need to play it again?
I still can't decipher it. I mean, whatever.
Could we get the hearing aids for Mr. Eastham? Mike, we're going to give you a hearing here. This
That could be
should have a
good.
better thing. Can you hear me, Mr. Eastham? Is it too loud for you? For the sake of the record, I'll start at 31 seconds in.
Yeah, turn that down.
Okay, we're starting at 38 seconds. You agree that you called Mr. Foreman a sex addict?
Yeah.
You would agree that this is a public record?
Yes.
So the body cam is available to the public?
upon request.
Okay. And Mr. Foreman cannot edit any of it, can he?
No.
That's actually an interesting strategy. You defamed him in a public thing by calling him a sex addict.
Do you believe how you do your job duties reflects on your reputation?
Yes.
So someone seeing this could reflect badly on your reputation based on what you did?
Possibly.
Now, this is going to be very stupid questions, but Mr. Klingler referred to previous posts when he was asking you about how they affected you. Did any of those posts name you by name?
No.
They just referred generally to the Adams County Sheriff's Office.
Yes.
So you're just seeking damages based upon what he said about the Sheriff's Department?
No. It's what's been directed to me.
What was directed to you?
Being called a thief.
Okay. Other than that, anything else?
No.
It's funny that the basest of their claims look really frivolous when you question them even a little bit.
Was there a direct post of you being called a thief?
No. Just directed by the people in the community.
He wasn't even directly named. What in the world? Has anyone seen the movie The Stupids with Tom Arnold? Every once in a while I'll hear something and I just hear him from that movie going, what in the world? Shout out to Man Bush.
Mr. Eastep, I'd like you to take a look at the screen in front of you. You're going to see what's been marked Defense Exhibit C. Have you seen that post?
Yes.
And that is the singular post that Mr. Foreman made in reference to you, correct?
Yes.
Where you were called, and I quote, Colonel King Kong Bundy.
Yes.
King Kong Bundy was a wrestler, correct?
Yes.
Damn good one, correct?
I don't know about that. I can't answer that.
There was a t-shirt made calling you King Kong Bundy, correct?
Yes.
You told me about an incident where a friend of yours made a joke about that, correct?
Wasn't a friend. It was one of the firemen on the fire department that I was chief of.
One of them wore a shirt to the Christmas party?
Mm-hmm.
They thought it was a joke, correct?
I don't know if they thought it was a joke. I mean, I don't know what the true intent of it was, but they wore it. I saw.
Have you ever had jokes made at your expense?
Oh, yeah.
Made jokes at other people's expense?
Yeah.
So it's a reasonable assumption they bought it as a joke against you?
I would hope.
Okay.
But it's not a good joke.
But it's not a good joke. It's made against me, so it's not good.
I'll wrap up that day. So after the search, you went home, correct?
Yes.
And you left.
What's my opinion? Columbo is the only good cop? I mean, if we're allowed to include fictional cops, then there are a variety of sources of good cops in fiction, because a lot of it's propaganda. But Columbo, the fictional character, is certainly a good cop.
Directly from the search to go home?
Yes.
After a 19-hour shift?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Kramer, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mike, what's your wife's name?
Renee.
How long have you been married to Renee?
Since 2000, I think 2000.
Since 2000?
Yes,
26 years?
yes.
Did this felony that Mr. Osborne brought up occur before or after this search?
Long before.
Long before?
Yep.
Did you stay married to Renee in spite
did.
of this? Do you think her problems with this felony hurt your reputation?
No. I never got no backlash. I wasn't a part of it. I didn't support it. You know, she paid the consequences and she moved on with life.
And you're still with her?
I'm still with her.
This body cam footage that we saw, did you ever publish that body cam to the world?
No,
Did you ever post that body cam on the internet?
no,
Did you ever share that body cam, and specifically that part of the body cam where you refer to Mr. Foreman as a sex addict? Did you ever share that with anybody?
no.
Kagami says, I have a question for everyone. Does pointing out that the cyberpunk genre has a trend of having stories about cyber cops or mercs who work with the cops while pointing out that these stories tend to be about corruption and corporate control sound like accusing the cyberpunk genre of being pro-cop? Or does it sound like the balance of safety and freedom is getting a lot more complicated because of technology? I feel like you're misreading cyberpunk if you think any of it tends to be pro-cop. Like, the militarization of the police and its continued, like, cozying up to mega corporations in a cyberpunk genre is meant to be looked at with derision and fear. It's not supposed to be a good thing.
We saw Mr. Osborne
It's
just
dystopian.
showed you a post of you being called hunchback or something.
King Kong Bundy.
Students would like, we can put it back up so he gets the term correct. There is going to be specific names for specific people, and we need to keep things as orderly as possible as to who's called what.
What did he call you in that?
Colonel King Kong Bundy.
Thank you, Colonel King Kong Bundy. Was that post made in the context of all these other posts that call the sheriff's department thieves?
Yes.
Those are all my questions. Thank you.
Read Bronx.
Mr. Eastep, look at what's been marked. This is the post where you're called King Kong Bundy, correct?
Yes.
Does it call you a liar? Strike that. Would you read the entire post?
It says, "Good morning, ladies. This guy was easy. Introducing Colonel King Kong Bundy. LOL. Let me know if you have a nickname better than mine. What you got?" And then goes.
Well, you don't need to read the rest. I'm just
Okay.
worried about Mr. Foreman's statement.
Okay.
So he didn't call you a liar in this post?
No.
Didn't call you a thief?
Nope.
So all the other posts that you would refer to are solely about the sheriff's department being called thieves?
Yes.
Original Running Man feels like a satire for current times. The best satire ages like wine.
Your Honor, if I may have a sidebar.
Yep.
Ooh, sidebar. I'll skip ahead. I wonder what they're talking about.
So, Mr. Osborne finished. this witness is going to step down. We're going to take like a morning break. Thanks for good work so far. Enjoy yourself. We'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Shine, she's a shine, groom, groom,
Sean Grooms.
Mr. Grooms, how are you employed?
With the Adams County Sheriff's Department.
How long have you been with the Adams County Sheriff's Department?
Between working for West Union and the Sheriff's Department, 23 years.
Other than My Cousin Vinny, who's the best fictional lawyer, and when are you out of costume jail? Just wondering. I think I still have like 150 days or something on costumes. I'm not exactly positive. It's at least that much, though. Who's the best fictional lawyer? Harvey Birdman.
21 years.
How long have you lived in Adams County?
All my life.
Atticus Finch. Don't read Go Set a Watchman. Don't do it.
Did you take part in the search of Mr. Foreman's home on August 21st, 2022?
I did.
You were part of the team of 10 or so deputies who executed that search?
Yes.
You sat through the whole trial so far?
Yes.
You've seen all of the exhibits?
Yes.
You've seen the exhibits that refer to various people and the Adams County Sheriff's Department as a group, as thieves?
Yes.
Did those posts
Did he turn out racist or something? Yes.
have any effect on you and the way you're perceived as a deputy sheriff in this community, to your knowledge?
Yes, it has.
Could you explain to us?
Well, you get the call, or people come up to you and call you a thief, ask you if you're going to steal their money.
Does that happen to you?
It happened many times.
More than
to
once?
me. Yes, more than once.
Oh, what effect did that have on you? So big deal, you got called a thief.
Well, just ruins your reputation. People that trust you, now they don't trust you.
Do you have any examples? I mean, without giving names, do you have any examples or did instances where you felt like somebody used to trust you and now they don't?
Yeah, there's been a few places or a few calls I went to, and people ask you, you know, you're not going to help me. What you done to Afroman?
You've had people say that to you?
Yes.
Kagami says, I'm not reading it as pro-cop, and in my opinion, neither was the video I was referencing with that question. There's a video I was referring to whose general structure was what I said, and someone else is reading that as the video saying cyberpunk is pro-cop. The vid even points out how often cops are the bad guys or corporate stooges. Gotcha.
Has it affected your ability to do your job in any other way?
I try to do it the best I can.
Has it made it more difficult?
It has.
I can't believe Afroman wore that uncomfortable ass suit all day. If you've never worn one of these, like, crazy pattern suits that you can get at costume stores, they're incredibly uncomfortable.
Calls from people about things that happened at the search?
Yes, I had received possibly 3 or 4 on my personal cell.
3 or 4 calls on your personal phone?
Yes.
And do you know who those calls were from?
No, because they
Do I
were...
think Hot Fuzz is propaganda? That feels too farcical to be considered that, to be honest.
No.
That blocked caller or something?
Something.
So you couldn't tell who they were?
No.
And what did these calls say?
Asking why I did such a thing to Afroman, why didn't we pay for his door, why are we suing him?
Did any of them ask you why you're a thief or call you a thief?
Yes, I did.
Did you ever receive any personal threats?
Not Not when I got the calls, but through the dispatch.
What effect did it have on you when you heard what was happening with the dispatch?
Well, kind
Altered Undying says, I'm thinking of the 90s cop children show Fighting Crime in a Future Time. The drug episode was incredibly freaky, last episode I ever watched. I never actually seen that show. I think I have it on DVD somewhere, though.
you get a call and you go out somewhere and not knowing what's going on or if you're going to get ambushed or...
Did you actually
Switches back to better audio in about a minute, by the way.
have some fear sometimes because of that?
Sometimes.
Did that affect your ability to do your job, do you think?
I'm sure it did, but it had to be done.
You have to do it anyway. Did you steal any money at Afroman's, Mr. Foreman's residence?
No, I did not.
Those are all my questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you. Sean, for some housekeeping for the record, you would agree there's two defendants with the first name Sean?
Yes.
All right, sorry. I need to fix that, strike that. There are two plaintiffs with the first name Sean.
Yes.
You and Mr. Cook.
Correct.
Okay. Would you be offended if I referred to you just by your last name, Grooms?
That'd be fine.
I asked you about all exhibits
Yes.
previously. And so when you're referring to those exhibits that he's presented for, you're referring to the general ones that talked about the Adams County Sheriff's Department as thieves?
Them and some of the posts that was on about me, personally. Pardon me?
What kind of things?
Ones that was just been posted
Okay.
in the last few days.
So, okay. And you've been in law enforcement between the West Union and Adams County Sheriff's Department for 21 years.
Correct.
And you've arrested a lot of people.
Yep.
Okay, you have to verbally because a shaking of the head doesn't get
Yes.
recorded. And you've been criticized before for your job duties?
Yep.
And you've been called names before?
Yeah, but not a thief.
No person.
You get the energy very much that it's like, yeah, but the guy that said things about me this time has money, so I'm gonna try and get that fucking money.
Ever before has called you a thief in 21 years?
No, they have not.
I find that very hard to believe. Like, even when the accusation isn't true, I see people all the time yell at cops that they're thieves for taking their property when they're arresting them or something. So he certainly would have been called it at some point, even if it's not true.
And you were employed with the Sheriff's Department on 8/21/22?
Correct.
And you took part in the search of Mr. Foreman's residence?
Correct.
Did you ever encounter the money?
No.
Did you ever see it?
No.
You were never present in any room when it was being counted?
Not when it was being counted.
But when it was maybe sitting on a table or something?
No.
Do you ever remember seeing the money during the search?
I seen some when they pulled it out of some of the pockets.
Okay. So you were there when they pulled the money out of the pockets?
Yeah.
And that's all you saw in
That's
reference
all
to
I
the money?
seen.
Okay. So your job duties were other places during the search?
Yes.
Have you ever been disciplined due to anything Mr. Foreman said?
No.
Reprimanded in any way?
No.
Were you ever interviewed as part of this investigation into the missing money?
No.
If I was in the jury box at this point, I would be wondering, why the fuck are we here? What is this lawsuit even over? Waste of everyone's time.
Is it true that Mr. Foreman called you a hunchback?
Yes.
And specifically compared you to Quasimodo?
Well, that is the point of comparison you'd probably go for.
Yes.
Could have gone Igor, I guess.
The Disney hero?
It was a book first, you know, just for the record. Quasimodo was not an invention of the Disney Corporation.
I'm assuming that's it.
Fenakagami, thanks for the 105 stream streak.
It is.
Quasimodo from the Disney movie The Hunchback of Notre Dame?
I've never watched it. So.
I've never watched it.
I don't know.
That movie goes hard. The voice of Quasimodo is not a good singer, but it almost, like, brings a lot of character to the role that Quasimodo's character is not a very good singer by Disney standards. Because, you know, he's also not as beautiful on the outside, and it's maybe reflective of that, but he's got passion. Anyway, Hunchback of Notre Dame is great. It's a really good movie to watch at, like, 2 in the morning, just so you know. And yes, the sequel is terrible. With the fucking bell that's got jewels inside, which, how would that work? It's a bell. Is it gonna strike all the gems?
So you would agree
the
that
bell is beautiful on the inside. Do you get it? The bell is beautiful on the inside.
Person says that someone's a crooked defense attorney, they're not meaning that I'm like a vine. They're meaning that as a opinion, correct?
Correct.
Would you agree that when someone calls you a thief, it might be an opinion of theirs?
Can be, yeah.
Same as if when people say crooked.
I think Hunchback of Notre Dame is also one of the best examples of a really weird trope that I hate, where, like, a movie, especially a movie for children or something, this was more of a thing in the 90s, it's better now, but I'm sure it still exists to an extent, where, like, Esmeralda is the main character of this group of people, this group of Romani people, and she's kind of put up on this pedestal, and she's sexualized by the gaze of the film through the villain, who sees her as very attractive and lusts after her. And we also, through this movie, are being taught that, like, oh, the Romani people are being put upon, and that they're being discriminated against. But then they'll, like, show the Romani group in the movie, and, like, it's terrible stereotyping. Like, it's the worst stereotyping ever. It's like, you're almost there. You're trying to get the audience to feel for a group that's discriminated against, but you've done so by depicting them a horrible way. What have you done?
Good cops, it's just an opinion.
Yeah.
And so is your entire claim for false light that you were called a thief?
Yes.
And you would agree that Mr. Foreman is an artist subject to exaggeration?
I guess so, yeah.
And just for the sake of question, nobody would ever think you're Quasimodo from the book, correct?
I don't guess. People
Did Victor Hugo write The Hunchback of Notre Dame?
think different things.
Trying to remember it off the top of my head without looking it up.
Have you ever taken a chance to talk with the local newspaper, the People's Defender
Yes.
or Informer, to tell them your side of the story?
No.
So how long before you filed the lawsuit through your attorney did you send the cease and desist letter to Mr. Foreman?
It was whenever he sent it, when my attorney sent it to him.
So you never sent a cease and desist letter before the lawsuit was filed?
No.
And you're seeking damages due to your reputation, correct?
Correct.
Your reputation in the community locally.
I have to use the bathroom real quick. While I'm gone, please enjoy these novelty chattering teeth. They won't be chattering, because then they'd fall off. But the novelty alone should get you through the pee break, okay? Look at them. It's like they're teeth, but they're on the outside of your mouth. Isn't that hilarious? I've returned. You miss hating on Old Chair. Old Chair is in the other room. I could always bring back Old Chair for a cameo. Alright, back at it.
Correct.
So you don't care what people think of you in Australia?
Not really.
Would you agree that everything you do as an officer reflects on your reputation?
Yeah.
All the good and the bad?
Yeah.
Anything wrong you would have done would be a stain on it?
Yeah.
And you mentioned that people had came up to you in public and called you a thief, correct?
Yes.
New Chair was telling us purity's more important than praxis. I haven't beaten this chair into ideological submission yet. Sorry. Ashley One Up says, everyone should know that all the brothels in Paris took a day off in mourning after Victor Hugo's death. That's legendary. That's pretty legendary. Sit on it more. My ass is doing the most it can, I assure you.
You've been criticized for your job duties before, correct? By the public?
Kind of, yeah.
People have said they didn't think you did things right?
Yeah.
And they have the right to criticize you for how you do your job?
Pardon me?
They have a right to comment on how you do your job?
Yeah.
Did you wear a body cam during the search?
Yes.
You might have a second round.
Yes, go ahead. Down. Thank you.
We're making good progress today. We're getting through a lot of this. We're almost halfway through the day already. Pretty good.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the
Is
truth?
this the lemon pound cake guy? Or is that guy later?
As this, you shall answer unto God.
I do.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. Would you introduce yourself, please?
Sean Cooley,
How was Sean spelled?
SHAWN.
Thank you.
And Mr. Cooley, are you currently employed?
No, sir, I'm retired from the sheriff's office.
When did you retire from the sheriff's office?
I originally retired in 2014. The sheriff, then Kimmy Rogers, asked me to come back a couple times. So eventually I did, and I worked up until about 2 months ago.
So up until 2 months ago, you were back as a deputy sheriff?
Yeah, I started out as a part-time deputy, and then as their manpower dropped, I went ahead and took
You think they got made fun of even more when they returned to their police departments having been beaten by Afroman?
full-time position now
I kind of hope so. I hope this never goes away for them.
for a while.
And that's here in Adams County, correct?
Yes, sir, it is.
When did you begin with the sheriff's department? Sheriff's office?
It would have been late 80s, early 90s.
Okay, long time ago.
Long time ago, yes.
Do you have family here in Adams County?
Yes, sir, I do.
How long have you lived in Adams County?
Over 40 years.
And one of your family members is Justin,
Yes, sir, that's my youngest son.
and he's another plaintiff in this case.
Yes, sir, he is.
You worked with him for a while in the Adams County Sheriff's Office?
Yes, I did. Most of the time we were different shifts.
Okay, but I meant you worked
Yeah,
for
yeah.
the same sheriff's department for a while?
Absolutely,
Yes.
yes.
Are you married?
Yes, sir, I am.
How many children?
4, 2 girls and 2 boys.
Did they go to school here in Adams County?
Yes, sir, they
This is
did.
in Ohio.
Sean, do you remember giving me a call back in late 2022?
Your Honor, I'm going to object here. I do believe he's starting to move into the realm of attorney-client privilege and opening that. If he opens that door, we do intend to exploit it. And so we would just give.
Robin's Aviary, thanks for following.
Thank you for the heads up. See where it goes.
Thank you, Judge. Let me ask the question this way. Were you looking for an attorney in the fall of 2022?
Yes, sir, we all were.
And just in a nutshell, what were you trying to accomplish by contacting a lawyer?
The posts and the things that were put on the internet about us, as far as us being thieves and different things with our image. We had went to the sheriff when this originally started. Mr. Foreman had an attorney, well, he's had 2 attorneys prior to this one. We had the sheriff contacted, try to get it stopped. Then again with the next one, then again with this one. So our only other alternative was to try to file some kind of suit.
You could also just, like, ignore it. Again, if you just ignored it, I feel like this would have been over by now. Like, the only reason I've heard about this recently is because of this lawsuit. The news that he had been raided and all of his music videos and stuff was already pretty old news that had faded, and all of this came roaring back because of the lawsuit. You have made one of the internet's biggest mistakes. You have made a bigger deal out of your response to the situation than the original situation. This is the Streisand effect. You are fucking up, is what I am saying, if you want this to not be seen by more people. Peep Lord says, if you got the mental space for international hip-hop justice right now, Iran's propaganda Hegseth AI diss track slaps. No, I don't. It's still AI. Like, I understand it's fun to watch Trump get dunked on, but it's AI, and I cannot abide. The dudette cannot abide the AI propaganda.
And that's why you ultimately decided to file suit to get it to stop?
Yeah, that was our last alternative.
I'll hate Trump without AI like a normal person.
Has it stopped?
That's gotten much worse.
You were part of the team that executed the warrant on Mr. Foreman's property?
Yes, sir, I was.
Did you steal any money?
No, I did not.
Did you have anything to do with the money that evening?
The only thing I had to do with the money, I sat in the kitchen and talked to Mr. Foreman's wife.
Mr. Foreman's wife, Angela?
Yes.
Now, let me just stop you
Or
there.
ex-wife.
Oh, thank you. Ex-wife. Let me stop you there for just a second. How did Angela Foreman end up being in the kitchen of the home that evening?
I don't know which supervisor it was that let her come in.
Your Honor, I'm going to object to this line of questioning. If the search warrant is not going to be an issue, if we want to open that door, then I will ask to present that evidence and make that case. But Mr. Klingler now wants to bring up who everybody is there. So if he wants to open that door, I'm going to ask for the same latitude upon my presentation of the case. And I think the court has already made it clear we are not litigating a search warrant.
I'll withdraw the question. I don't need to know how she got there, Judge.
Just for everybody's benefits, they both pushed beyond what I was willing to do, so let's try to keep it focused. Thank you for withdrawing the question.
Thank you, Judge.
Again.
You were explaining what you had to do with the money that evening, so go ahead.
I was sitting in the kitchen on a stool, I believe. Brian Newland brought in a package that he said contained money, laid it there, and asked me to keep an eye on it.
Okay.
And
who was in the kitchen? Sorry, who was in the kitchen with you?
Mr. Foreman's wife.
Okay.
Or ex-wife, I'm not sure.
Just the two of you at the time?
Oh, there's people in and out.
Other deputies?
Other deputies coming in and out, going back and forth to their cars to, to get different items. I think Sergeant Walters came in at one time and talked to Mr. Foreman on the cell phone.
Okay. So back to the cash. You were asked by Detective Newland to keep an eye on it, and what happened then?
Well, that's what I did, and then a short time later, Mr. Newland came and got it and secured it somewhere.
And that was the extent of your...
Yeah, I never touched the money, never was even really close.
All right. Now, you mentioned earlier your reason for contacting a lawyer in this case. I want to just jump ahead right now to how these posts that referred to you and the other deputies as thieves, has that affected your reputation in the community, do you believe?
Absolutely, there's no doubt it has.
Well, tell us what makes you think that.
To understand that, you got to go back before this happened. We would go on calls. You'd very seldom ever have any trouble at anybody. Very, very rarely. You might get a drunk that would smart off or something of this nature. Then he starts calling us thieves on the internet, starts selling merchandise with our phone.
Guys, they hated you before. Now they just feel emboldened to express it. Like, do they seriously not get that the music videos are not the primary reason that they don't like you? They already didn't like you. They now just have something that they know upsets you to get you with.
So now when you go into a bar for a call, you've got people in there screaming, hey, you gonna steal all of our money,
Like, does he think that cops show up to a place and everyone is super thrilled they're there? Like, it sounds like he thinks, like, yeah, people used to love us. Like, no, they didn't. Hydrate.
Or you go on a call. I had one guy come out of a bedroom after me called me a thief and wanted to know why I sold Afroman's money. It just went from being a nice, quiet community, a job you felt safe in, to a place where you had to look over your shoulder every second.
At no point are you describing any element of danger. You didn't say someone tried to stab you because they called you a thief. You basically just said, people are calling me a thief based on these music videos, and they're not very nice to me. That's not indicating that you're in danger.
Do you, based on what you've explained and what you've been through, do you think some of these people who called you thieves really thought you were?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Did you receive any phone calls about this?
I would answer the phone at the sheriff's department because they were overwhelmed. I remember one day there was over 300 calls threatening us, calling us thieves. So we would have to go over and help dispatch because they were overwhelmed. There's only 2 dispatchers. So yeah, they didn't call me directly, but I answered the phone. They would cuss me, threaten to kill me, threaten to kill my kids, threaten to kill my wife. And it got to the point to where my wife and my children couldn't even go to Walmart. You couldn't go into a gas station around here. My youngest daughter would hear the dogs bark at night and come in my room, wake me up terrified that somebody was there to kill us.
In case I didn't see it, Adams County, Colorado had to put out a statement in order to say they weren't Adams County, Ohio. No way.
So some of you have heard, most of you haven't. Adams County Sheriff's Office in Ohio and Afroman are in litigation with each other. We know some of you have heard it though. So we want to provide you a quick geography lesson. We are the Adams County Sheriff's Office in Colorado. They are the Adams County Sheriff's Office in Ohio. So, before you start sending us messages, calling us, emailing us, DMing us, you may want to Google it.
The funniest thing they could have done there is say, so if you want to contact Adams County, Ohio, here's their email and phone number. Benekagami says, people are pro-cop in the abstract, but anti-cop in the interpersonal. People may like their friend who's a cop, but cops are scary people, especially these days. Honestly, thanks to ICE and all the school shootings, pro-cop sentiment has been dying in general, which is for the best.
Because even though they were young, they're still on Facebook. They still see this stuff. And it was just one after another after another. And when it would start to slow down, he would go back and do it all over again and get it all stirred again. Just like he did a couple of days ago.
Are you aware of posts that are continuing to come out as recently as yesterday?
Some I are.
I'm going to put my objection in place here. It'll take a second. So Ohio law has changed since April of 2025, giving more protections under the anti-stalking. With that, we would have a 60-day notice
So
of
I
any evidence.
sustain your objection. You can sit down. Thank you. Like at some point in time, we draw the line. I just drew the line of what's involving in the public. Like we started this trial yesterday, so let's try to stay before yesterday. You're all doing a fine job.
Thank you, Judge.
Fluid.
Yep.
But the trial can't be that fluid. Stay.
Are there any other examples that you can think of as you sit here today of ways that these posts about being a thief have affected you in a negative way?
One of the things that really kind of upset me, I was doing an investigation as a detective, and I had to go all the way up to eastern Ohio on the Pennsylvania border. And when I walked into the deputy's room up there to talk to them, they all knew me, all knew that I'd been called a thief, lemon pound cake, just It's everywhere. You can't, I mean, you can go anywhere.
I cannot abide being made a meme.
And if people recognize you, they start that stuff, whether they're being sarcastic or what. But
And has your image, your face been posted on some of these posts along with, or in the context of the thief accusation?
what, according to he has posted my image, yes, several times on the internet. He's sold merchandise, sweatshirts, T-shirts, things of that nature at all of his venues. They were, matter of fact, they were for sale at a smoke shop here in town.
That's pretty funny. Peep Lord with 150 bits says, FYI, Chad, I installed AI on my wiener and also banged this man's wife. I'm using my enemy's weapon for good. Take that, losers. Oh, okay.
Those are all of my questions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sean, for the sake of the record, we have to keep things straight because there is another plaintiff named Sean.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So do you mind if I call you Sean or Sean Cooley during this time?
Whatever you'd like. Well, let's rephrase that. Yeah, that'd be fine.
I like to pick right up with this visit to the Pennsylvania border. You said they knew you as Lemon Pound Cake.
Yeah, that was what they referred to me as, a person.
And they
What are the damages for being referred to as Lemon Pound Cake? We actually won up with a link.
Oh, but baby.
asked you for your autograph, correct?
One of them did, yes.
Green guy with a tip says, my wife keeps yelling, you ate his mom's pound cake.
And so Your Honor, if we could have a sidebar about the Exhibit D that defense intends to exhibit. Okay.
How long is this sidebar gonna be? There we go.
I'll ask a couple of questions. Officer Pound Cake? Sorry. Sean, you were called Officer Pound Cake by Mr. Foreman?
Multiple times.
You were
received hundreds of pound cakes at work from different people.
Can you call it damages that you're receiving pound cakes? I don't know. Sarcastic pastries are still pastries. I'll put that out, just so you know. A pastry sent in jest is still a pastry in the hand, sir.
And the context of that name comes from a music video that Mr. Foreman created, correct?
I don't know where he got it at, but you'd have to ask him that question.
Okay. Well, I'm going to play what's marked Defense Exhibit D. I'd like you to watch this.
Okay.
Oh, you have 10 minutes. Oh.
The Adams County Sheriff kicked down my door. Then I heard the glass break. They found no kidnapping victims, just wanna put down his guard. Lemon pound cake, trending on TikTok. Lemon pound cake, he's a family guy. Lemon pound cake, munchies because he got hot. Lemon pound cake, pound cake. He's a Adams County sheriff. He's hungry and he's big as hell. He was sniffing for weed. Then he smelled another smell. What was that? Mama's lemon pound cake. So nice. It made the sheriff wanna put down his gun and cut him a spine. Of what? Of what? Lemon pound cake. He wanna put down his spine. Lemon pound cake. Trending on TikTok. Lemon pound cake. He's a family guy. Lemon pound cake. Munchies because he got high. Lemon pound cake. Pound cake. He sees my cake and my porno man call boom boom. Something happened to his camera on the way to the evidence room. Mama's lemon pound cake. It tastes so nice.
How many novelty suit jackets does Afroman own?
Sheriff wanna put down his gun and cut him a spine. Of what? Of what? Lemon pound cake. He wanna put down his spine. Lemon pound
Even though 2
cake.
seconds was all they needed. I think showing this one is important because, like, for the Lisa video, I understand how that upsets her. Because that was very personal. It was very, like, making fun of how she looks and sounds. I understand how that would upset her. Complaining about this video is ridiculous because it's obviously really stupid and silly and about him staring at a fucking cake. Like, it's not a big deal. Suing over this video makes you look incredibly petty.
Trending on TikTok. Lemon pound cake. He's a family guy.
Yeah, it's silly.
Lemon pound cake. Munchies because he got high. Lemon pound cake. Pound cake. Lemon pound cake. He wanna put down his pie. Lemon pound cake. Trending on TikTok. Lemon pound cake. He's a family guy. Lemon pound cake. Munchies because he got hot. Lemon pound cake. Pound cake.
Stop it there. So you've seen Exhibit D, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You would admit that's you with the glasses walking by the lemon pound cake on the counter?
Yes.
And that is security footage from the search of Mr. Foreman's residence?
The cake also banged his wife.
Yes.
But there's no question that's you during the search. There is question or there's
No, that was me, yes, absolutely.
So during the search, Mr. Newland asked you to watch the money,
Correct.
and you watched that money until he came back and got it.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna play what's gonna be Defense Exhibit E. This is like a sidewalk.
So many pauses and breaks.
Yes, I believe so.
So you are in this body cam footage.
Could you run it back just a second and let me see?
Let me start it over.
Okay, that'd be fine.
So, just for the sake of the record, we see two people in this video. Do you know who the lady is?
Yeah, I believe that's Mr. Foreman's wife, ex-wife.
Who's the other gentleman in the doorway?
I can't tell, but I don't know.
Would it appear to be Kenneth Dick?
It could be, it's just not. Yeah, I just.
Well, actually, maybe look at this. I think this is a
Thulu
better.
Flower with a 5-stream streak says, not just silly, linking the pound cake vid with the other defamation claims, I would argue, weakened the rest of the claims. Yeah.
Image of it.
Yeah, it does appear to be Kenny, yes.
Because it is dark on my screen here.
They're gonna, yeah.
Okay, so on the extreme left, we see a gentleman there. Is that you?
Yes, it is.
And this would be during the search of Mr. Foreman's residence, correct?
Yes.
All right. Hey, hold on, Neil.
Let me rewind this a second. Looking at the table here in the bottom right-hand corner,
Mm-hmm.
is that the evidence bags with the money?
Yes, sir, it is.
Those were the evidence bags you were just testified to, that you watched the entire time for Mr. Newland?
It's a evidence bag, yes.
So it's not the money evidence bag?
It is the money evidence bag, yes.
Okay. And you're watching it right now, you're looking at it?
Yes.
And you're walking outside now?
Okay.
The person's following you? Sean, it would be a fair statement to say you did.
Nemesaur, thank you for gifting 25 tier 1 subs. Wow, thank you.
Watch that money the entire time that Brian Newland left
I am always shocked by your generosity. Thank you, Nemesaur.
it in your possession, correct?
No, you are correct. But you can also hear me tell another deputy, keep an eye on that money. If you want to play
Which
it back.
deputy was that?
I don't know. I have no idea, but you can hear me and see me talking to another deputy before I walked out.
The guy walking right behind you would have been the one.
No, I was looking, the guy behind me would have been behind me. Just play it back and you'll see it.
Okay, well, let's replay.
Mr. Blast, thanks for gifting 5 tier 1 subs and kicking off a hype train. And then Stone Corbell, thanks for gifting 10 tier 1 subs. Thank you so much. What a random bunch of gift subs. Thank you. 14% to level 8 on the hype train. That was very sudden. Thank you.
Right there.
You said you're not worried, no one's here.
No.
Well, let's replay.
I believe I told him to keep an eye on the money before that.
I told him to keep an eye on the money, even though I was supposed to be, and I said I did. Lucas Dawn, thanks for 58 months.
Let's play it again. Let's start at. Let's go back to. Did you agree that 0:16 seconds in?
Yeah,
would
that's
be after
fine.
that?
Yeah. Mhm.
Ashley with 50 bits says for the
Did you hear
train.
it say
Thank
what's
you.
the money?
No,
Before it said, I'm not worried, there's no one in there.
yeah, that's what you said.
That's why I said yes. Yes.
So the person asked you about watching money. You said you weren't worried because no one was in the place.
It does appear that way, yes.
So the opposite of what you said earlier. Okay, cool. That makes you look very good, by the way, when you lie.
7 to 36 minutes even.
People Lord with 100 bits says, "Woo, Randy Walters' wife hype train, let's go."
Oh, thank you.
People Lord, you're a very interesting person. Oh, my other light went out. Now the lighting's weird. It's fine.
Now, I'm going to say this. I'm going to ask a question. I do not want you to tell me anything you have talked with any attorney with Mr. Klingler or his associate. I do not want to know that. But I do want to know, you said you were looking for an attorney in the fall of 2023, correct?
We all were.
Okay. And so you employed an attorney to send a cease and desist letter prior to sending lawsuit, correct?
No.
Okay.
The testimony was fall of 2022. The litigation was filed in March of 2023. just to make it record.
No, let me rephrase that then. So when I mistakenly referred to fall of 23, it was actually fall of 22, correct?
What was the fall 22? I'm not sure what
You
you're
started looking for an attorney in the fall of 2022.
I believe, I don't think I'm the one that made the original call for an attorney.
Okay.
It was one of the other deputies. We had discussed it. We had to have permission from the sheriff at that time to do anything.
You took some of the phone calls, the threatening phone calls, correct?
In dispatch.
Yeah. Did you make a report of those?
They were all documented, yes.
And they investigated and traced the calls?
Couldn't trace them. They were all ghost numbers or showed up as no phone number at all.
So nobody was ever prosecuted? No one was called in to...
Well, they couldn't find them. They don't have any idea who they were.
Would it really be worth the time to prosecute prank calls to the police over Afroman?
Okay.
Probably not worth the resources. Minute left on the hype train.
Well, you're not saying that was Mr. Foreman making the call, correct?
I don't know whether he did or not.
Okay.
His rhetoric led up to it.
People,
Main Captain,
During
thanks
your
for 20 months of subscription.
significant time as a law enforcement officer, the public has criticized your duties, correct?
Yeah, some, yes.
You've been called a lot of derogatory names?
Not really.
This may sound stupid, but I believe it applies to myself. We're not the thinnest people in the world, are we?
I'm going to call you fat, but okay.
Thanks for the hype train,
I was calling
everyone.
myself fat. But you would agree that we're not thin people.
Absolutely.
Sir, would you say it's scarier being a cop or one of Floop's minions?
And you would agree that how you conduct yourself during a search and everything reflects directly on your reputation?
Absolutely.
You don't believe everything you read on the internet, do you?
No.
You actually probably don't believe everything you read in the newspaper, do you?
No.
You would agree that Exhibit D that I played, the song Lemon Pound Cake, is a music video for entertainment?
There again, he made
That's not a repressed memory for me. I watched Spy Kids last year.
accusations that I smoke weed on there, which I don't.
So
that was a lie as well.
So you are suing based upon him saying you smoked weed in a song?
No, I'm just saying that
So that
goes
statement
along
is
with
not
some
part
the
of this
other edits
lawsuit?
he's done.
Let's let him finish.
Okay.
I say that goes along with some of the other rhetoric that he's told about us, lies he's told about us.
Okay. Could that be exaggeration to make the song funny?
I don't think it's funny.
Would a reasonable person listening to that believe that Mr. Foreman is stating facts?
You don't know what somebody's thinking. You wouldn't think we'd get 300 calls a day threatening to kill us. Somebody's buying into it.
So when Jerry Reed sung the song, "When you're hot, and when you're not, you're not," and the judge said that to him right before he sentenced him to prison, that's an actual fact, or is that a exaggeration
So
for
we're going to
entertainment?
strike all that because we don't know anything about that case, and he's not going to become a witness. So until you establish a foundation that he knows what you're saying, you don't get to testify. So set it up right, I'll let you do it.
Mr. Cooley, what is your favorite genre of music?
60s.
Give me an example of a song.
That's a decade, not a genre.
Free
I know I'm being nitpicky.
Bird, American Pie.
Let's take American Pie.
Leonard Skinner.
Is the song American Pie, you've listened to it, correct?
Multiple times, yes.
Is it literally about a pie?
No.
It's more about something else.
Yes.
It's for entertainment.
Yes.
And you were entertained by it.
I like the lyrics, yes.
And you don't, in that song, American Pie, do you believe that was fact?
That what was fact?
What was said in that song?
No.
This may sound stupid, but when people talk about dirty defense attorneys, are they just saying I didn't wash my suit, or are they exaggerating?
I don't know what's on their mind.
It would probably be an opinion, though.
Did you drive the Chevy to the levee, sir? Was said levee dry?
There again, I don't know. Maybe they know something on you.
Like I didn't take a shower that day?
Well, that or you've done something you shouldn't be doing.
Ah. So when a person yells crooked cops, they may be just referring to cops in general doing bad things?
It could be.
Okay. Expressing their opinions about what they think?
They could be, yes.
Okay. So I'm going to get this straight. So you're saying that being called Officer Pound Cake has colored you in a false light, correct?
No.
Okay, so being called Officer Pound Cake has nothing to do with this lawsuit.
No.
So
What? Then why are you here?
only thing that you're saying painted you in a negative light is the general comments calling the Adams County Sheriff's Department thieves,
They're
correct?
calling me a thief.
So there is a specific post that calls you a thief.
There's photographs with me on it, and he's accusing all of us of being thieves, so that incorporates me as well.
He wants money, don't we all?
So
But I'm not suing someone over it.
refers to the Adams County Sheriff's Department as a group then, and you're part of that.
Just members of the Sheriff's Department, not the entire Sheriff's Office.
But it doesn't list your name.
I'm kind of surprised too,
there's
Schaefer
posts that
Seed.
list my name, I'm sure.
You mean you're sure?
I'm pretty sure that there was some that had my name on it. I mean, I don't recall which ones, but
We haven't introduced any to evidence by your attorney. What posts are you referring to? I need a date and time.
I don't know. I'm just saying that they're...
Vibes-based lawsuit. Jitara says, me personally, if someone called me a thief and I didn't believe it to be a fact, I wouldn't take someone to court over it,
could
right?
be, I don't know.
There could be, but you don't know.
Right, right.
Do you mind keeping your testimony to what you know, not what you're guessing at?
Yeah, I have been as far as I can.
As far as you can.
No, Jay's a proxy. That wouldn't be a First Amendment violation. You can control what people are wearing in your courtroom for decorum purposes. Sunglasses, hats, you can make them take them off.
So in your defamation claim would be based solely on being called a thief as a group of people, and you're one of those groups.
I'm concerned about me being called a thief as well as my fellow officers.
They get their chance. Let's talk about you.
Right.
Okay. But that's the sole basis of your defamation claim?
Being called a thief?
Yes.
That's the majority of it, yes.
Okay. But not being called Officer Pound Cake?
No.
And okay. May I have a second?
He keeps calling him in it. It's got to be an intentional
Your Honor, I have no
strategy
further
or
questions for
something,
this witness
right?
at this time.
Is he intentionally trying to point out, like, or rather illustrate that it's really petty and childish in the first place?
No regret, Thanks.
The truth, the whole. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? As this, you shall answer unto God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
This is likely the last plaintiff we're gonna get through today, if I had to guess.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Would you introduce yourself to the jury, please?
I'm Randy Walters.
And Mr. Walters, how are you currently employed?
I am a sergeant with the Adams County Sheriff's Office.
How long have you been a sergeant?
I'm not for sure the date that I was promoted to sergeant. Been with the Sheriff's Office since 2010, I think it was.
Since 2010?
Yes.
How long have you lived in Adams County?
This is the guy who doesn't know if his wife cheated on him.
Entire life.
You went to school here?
Yes.
Do you have family here?
Yes, I do.
You have a wife and children?
I have a wife, 4 daughters, and 2 little boys, or 2 sons.
So 6 kids altogether?
Yes.
Too many kids, man.
Are all of those your own kids?
We are a little bit of a mixed bag. I have 3 biological kids and 3 children that I adopted through foster care, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, now I feel like an asshole.
What are the ages of your children?
My little boy, who's biological, is 10 years old. My next daughter is 14 years old, who is adopted. And I have a 17-year-old that's adopted, an 18-year-old that's adopted. My 22-year-old son is biologically mine, and my oldest daughter, who's 26, is mine. They're all mine, but biological and otherwise.
Yeah.
And I've had the girls since my 14-year-old was about 2 months old.
And this will become relevant, I think, just a little later, but I'm going to ask you about the race of your adopted kids.
I can't imagine this has to do with anything.
So 2 of my adopted daughters are biracial Hispanic, and my youngest adopted daughter is biracial African American.
And your youngest is the 14-year-old?
No, she's 14, yes.
And in the fall of 2022, she would have been
around 11, I think.
Around 11 or so? How'd you get into law enforcement?
My father was a police officer, and it's just something that I've always worked towards doing.
And you're the rank of sergeant right now?
I am.
And you took part in this search of Mr. Foreman's home back in 2022, is that right?
Yes, I did.
Can you tell us just a little bit about what your role was in that search, just generally?
I was called in to assist with the search, and you have what's called an entry team. I was asked to come in and help with the entry team on the search.
Gitara says, "See, Judge, the prosecution can't be racist. One of
Did you
them
have
has
anything to
brown
do with
kids of
counting
their
or
own."
keeping the money that night?
No.
Have you been accused of stealing money from Mr. Foreman's home?
Yes.
Can we look at Exhibit 27, please?
If we want a quick cleanse, the first pictures from Artemis 2 have arrived. Yes, please. I've already seen flat earthers call these pictures fake, of course. To give you a feel on like what my algorithmic feed is like because of doing Tinfoil Tuesdays, the first time I saw this photo was through a flat earth subreddit and them calling it fake. That was earlier today.
So
oops, wrong one. Some of them had already put the photo into AI and asked it if it was real. And the AI told them it was fake. So they're right for sure.
before we, I don't know if we can do this, Natalie, but can we see the date and the number of views on this?
Gitara says, I'm not religious, but there's something really spiritual about seeing Earth from space.
It's in the bottom. It's really hard to see with the way that the media playing system works because it's blocked by this gray bar, and the gray bar doesn't go away while it's paused.
All right, so well, let's just play it and see what happens. Thank you.
I pay taxes, I work daily, I get rated by Beto Bailey, Randy Walters, Private Eye, I used to fuck his wife, doggy style.
Could you see anywhere on there the date on this video?
It says 3 years ago, 727K on the views.
So it says 3 years ago, that would have been sometime in 2023, I guess, and did
Your
you?
Honor, I'm going to ask, is there a specific date and time on this?
This one, just with the way that it played on YouTube, it doesn't show the specific date, but I can represent that it was the 23rd of.
AI flagged the beginning of the 5th chapter of Frankenstein as AI generated.
October 2022.
I would actually represent you.
Okay.
So we don't know the exact date from the
Shelley did know Babbage.
From this image now.
Okay.
Maybe the difference engine was just a lot more complicated than we thought.
2023.
3 years ago, and did you say 727,000 views?
Yes.
Now, we have 3 other exhibits that show the same clip on different platforms and dates. Is that right, Natalie? I'm just trying to figure out the most efficient way to do this. Can you bring up Exhibit 28 and just show us the first slide? Or...
I work daily, I get rated by Beto Bailey, Randy Walters, Private Eye, I used to fuck his wife, doggy style.
All right. Now, do we know when that one was posted? Can we see that?
I cannot make out when that one was posted, no.
Can you tell what platform that was posted on?
That's on YouTube, and it seems like 974,000 views.
All right. And is there any indication of a date that you can see?
Not with the words it's covering it up, no.
We'll have
These
to figure
people
out how to
clearly didn't finish the top of their class.
It ought to be doable.
Well, yeah.
All right.
Neither did most of us, to be fair.
Can we go?
Oh, nice, Nemesaur. Glad you're getting so much done.
You find it?
Yeah, when it was, it says down below it, October 24th, 2022.
October 4th? Or
whatever she did, it took the line down and you can actually see it.
It doesn't go away while the video is paused, so it has to be playing for the block.
you have to play the whole thing again, so let's don't do that.
Let's don't do that. M. Scheffler says, but not clearly.
It didn't go away this time.
Let's see if it'll go. There we go.
October 4th, 2022, 512, 574.
Thank you.
On the views.
October 4th, 2022. We got a date on that. Let's go to Exhibit 29. And before we... Okay.
Oh.
Do we know what... Can you tell what platform this is? It
says Instagram.
Instagram, and can we find a date?
I couldn't even tell you where to find one on Instagram on that.
All right.
So, well, October 4th, 2022. It says right here.
All right. So,
Your Honor, he says right here, could they please indicate where that is in this?
Yeah, you'll see a logo on the bottom corner. It says Afroman with a...
According to YouTube Money Calculator, Afroman made around 2,400 from the 975,000 views, so about half the amount of damages they did to his property. I feel like it's gotta be more than that, based on how much I get paid from YouTube. Feels like it should be more than $2,400.
symbol in the middle of it. If you look just to the side of that, it says October 4th, 2022 with a heart with 1.1K and messages is 71.
okay.
I cannot read that from here.
Next question.
We got the date on that one. Let's go to Exhibit 30, please.
I work daily. I get ready, I beat up Bailey. Randy Walters, private pie. I used to fuck his wife, doggy style.
Do we know the platform on that one, Mr. Walters?
Is this the same video right here? It's still up because it's
Yes,
Instagram.
same one that's still up. Yes.
It says estimated 2.5 cost per 1,000 views. Okay. By the way, years ago, before the adpocalypse, which was years and years ago now, probably over a decade, that shit used to get over $7, $7 or $8 for 1,000 views before the ad market collapsed. That was a beautiful period. It was a beautiful bubble that I was proud to be a part of since I was receiving the money.
Instagram, and can you see a date?
September 25th, I believe, of 2022.
All right, thank you. And can we look at Exhibit 26?
That's why I want this white thing I should do to rich.
All right. And I guess we should identify the platform for that one. Can you tell what platform that is?
I believe it's Facebook, August 26, 2023.
Thank you. All right. Did you become aware of these posts, Mr. Walters, at or about the time they were posted?
Yes.
How did you become aware of them?
Of my personal post, I found out from my children. When my daughter came home and advised me that she was getting messed with at school.
You would be disappointed with my bank details, Ashley. You would not make away with much.
Because apparently her mom is having sex with Afroman, and since she's biracial, that must be her daddy.
Oh, that sucks.
Along with being a thief.
I see why it was brought up now.
And
kids are
how did
fucking
that
mean.
affect you?
It's horrible. It's hard when your job that you're doing affects your family, which affects you. When you have a kid come home crying that's already been through a life, and now they're getting hazed and harassed because somebody thinks it's funny. Somebody knows it's not true. Been with my wife for 28 years. She didn't have an affair with Mr. Foreman. She didn't make my daughter with Mr. Foreman. But now my family has to be harmed because of straight up 100%.
I feel bad for the child for getting harassed by other kids. But again, people are allowed to say they fucked your wife in a rap. Like, I don't know what else to say about that. They're allowed.
Nice.
Already the daughter of a cop, bad luck already. Agreed.
Where in the world is it okay to make something up for fun that's damaging to others when you know
America
for sure?
Dun 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 dun. Gitara says, you know what, in hindsight, after seeing this, Drake was smart to not take Kendrick Lamar to court over those diss tracks. He would have made things a million times worse for himself.
It's an absolute lie. That's a problem.
I just want to point out, as a trans person, it's very funny to hear this white fucking random cop be like, where in the world are you allowed to make fun of people when it hurts them? People do it to me every day. Every single day, sir. What are you talking about?
Some of these posts that we've seen call you a thief.
Yes.
Did that affect you or your job in any way?
Yes. We as we've already heard, we can't go to calls, not figuratively every call, but the frequency of it, like people automatically You're stealing Mr. Foreman's money. You illegally raided him. You've done all these things. You know, your wife's having sex with him. Is that why you stole his money? Never touched his money. It's been proven. He knows.
Did somebody say that to you?
Yes. You can't make these simple street arrests with people that are mouthy. I get that. But now there's just fuel to the rage. And then the fact that at the time I worked night shift, Adams County is a rural county. You do your work in your car a lot of time. You do your paperwork in your car. Well, try to find someplace safe to sit when you're literally getting death threats because of lies.
You're sitting in your police car. I don't think people are randomly coming up and being like, I'm gonna blah, 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 blah. I'm not allowed to say it. Not allowed to say it. Blah, blah, blah.
Absolutely in fear for your safety to begin with as a police officer. But now intensify that because somebody is lying about a situation that they know the facts of. Now you have to worry about it because
starting to think that training all officers that they're in danger for their lives every single moment, every day, might turn them into not very good officers who are paranoid about everything and everyone all the time.
The calls, the comments, everything, all lying. It created a situation that was uncalled for, that was unsafe and unhealthy for the officers involved.
Midnight says, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Afroman have video of them stealing his money? He has video of them taking money that was marked as a certain amount and then a lesser amount was returned, which is why he believes he was stolen from.
Problem I have is the respect for my family wasn't near the respect.
This has gone to beyond a narrative. If Mr. Foreman could ask a question.
Thank you. Responsive. Overruled.
Go ahead. The respect for my family, including my law enforcement family, wasn't nothing like the respect I gave to his children the night of the raid. I stopped what I was doing when his wife, who I know and have been friendly with for years as far as being associates, said, hey, somebody pulled, they were next door, somebody pulled in and they're scared. I stopped what I did, what I was doing, and went and checked on his kids to make sure they were safe. Because that's a priority to me. But the same respect that was given to his family had no regard to mine.
You broke into his house based on false information.
Or me.
Like, it's not very respectful.
It affects me. Because to see my family in distress because of my job is distressful to me. To have the public send you death threats over lies is distressing. And it was easy. Stop. Stop with the lies. But that wasn't enough. It's happening today. My kids came home yesterday because of new posts, same
Honor,
thing.
I'm going to renew this objection again.
Yes.
It's beyond a narrative at this point, and further, this is not bringing in evidence that is beyond this.
We're not going to allow like videos from yesterday. I get that. Last Friday, we have a video. I get what you're saying about the evolving nature of the conduct. That testimony is consistent with other people's experiences of the harm. But we're not going to bring in the exhibits. We're not going to bring in the content.
But they can testify about stuff that's happening at this time.
Yeah, it's the effect,
Okay, I
not the
would register an
content.
objection for the record on
Got
that.
it. You're in. Next question.
Had you finished your answer?
Yes.
Any other ways you haven't mentioned that you want to share about how these accusations of a theft and your wife having sex with Mr. Foreman have affected you or your reputation?
Chitara says, I don't like that my family is being negatively impacted by my job. Sir, I don't know what you thought would happen when you became a cop. And Peeplord says, I move to compel the plaintiff to respect D's nuts.
It's affected all of our reputations, from a baseless lie till now, that we are not thieves. We didn't steal his money. I never touched his money, but I'm in the group of thieves. We stole his money. I spoke to him on the phone when he was concerned that he was going to be arrested that night. And apparently in some way on the phone, he didn't like my attitude towards not fixing his door.
Just a Peach says, I'm a little behind. The foster adopted kids I know would say, oh, a random man had sex with my egg donor. How long was the line?
I'm sorry if you felt that I disrespected you in some way. I was explaining to him that we don't have the means to fix his door. We're leaving it in care of his wife. But I also cooled his fears that we're not coming to arrest you. Deputy or Sergeant Newland would like to talk to you. Get your attorney and come and talk to us. There's not going to be an arrest warrant for you. If we need to talk to you, we can find you. We can call you. You can come in. If arrest warrant would occur, turn yourself in, go through the system, and do whatever. Nobody's chasing you through the woods, as reported. Nobody's doing any of that. The respect that was given to him, which I guess is not required in society, was not put forward to us.
What are you talking about?
Those are all of my questions. Thank you.
Cross-examination.
That very much felt like, why aren't you deferring to us?
For the record, you stated previously your name was Randy Walters.
Randolph Lee Walters, Jr.
Okay.
I go
And
by
so
Randy.
you go by Randy.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I call
Yes,
you Randy?
it's perfectly fine, sir.
Mr.
If I show you some of the surveillance footage, can you explain how that was showing respect?
Sure.
Do you want 545? Of his home, 2022. Pardon me, I'm sorry.
Make sure we get the counter time so the clerk can show us what the jury.
A ballistic shield, sir.
Execution.
Yes.
You were a part of the breach team into Mr. Foreman's house?
Yes.
You had a riot shield-like thing?
No, a ballistic shield, sir.
Well, what's a ballistic shield?
It's a bulletproof shield. It's commonplace when doing raids that police officers get shot, and it's a safety device.
So it's a safety device shield about yay long with a little hole, a little window in it so you can carry it forward?
Yes.
Ultra Undying says, finish cleaning this up after stream. Oh, nice. A little more detail. Very cool.
So, do you see what has been marked Defense Exhibit F?
Oh, he's
Yes,
got the
this is-
ugly green in his kitchen, too. It's like a green screen took over his house.
On the screen.
Okay, so on that screen, does that appear to be the kitchen of Mr. Foreman's residence?
Yes.
And you would agree that that gentleman there with the firearm is Mr. Brian Newland?
Yes.
Okay. And so this would be the beginning after breaching the door?
From this, I can't tell what part of the entry it was.
Let me place more. Okay, so this would be starting the security camera footage of 8/21/2022, starting at 8:13 and 4 seconds p.m. I've stopped it here because I'm going to ask a question. So you talked about a ballistic shield. Is that the ballistic shield you're referring to?
Yes.
And you would be behind that ballistic shield?
Yes.
So putting this image in perspective,
You're behind the riot shield.
Yes.
Officer Sean Cooley's behind you. Brian Newland's in front of you. And Sean Grooms is going forward with the assault rifle.
Mm-hmm.
And you're flipping off the security camera.
No.
That's not your middle finger.
No. Do you know how to use a ballistic shield, or do you like me to tell you?
Let's watch it.
He does have his finger up. That's
Finger went
weird.
down, right?
There's a light activation on that shield. It's 35
The
pounds.
finger went down, correct?
If you think I was flipping him off, you can think that that's not what it was.
Okay.
There is a light activation on the handle of the shield.
Mr. Walters.
Okay, go ahead.
Wait for the question. So you were called a couple names by Mr. Foreman, one of those being, what was it, Beetle Bailey.
Yes, sir.
A Beetle Bailey reference in the 2020s.
Does anyone believe you're Beetle Bailey?
Probably not. That's a drawn cartoon.
Beetle Bailey is a cartoon
Probably not. He's a drawn cartoon.
in the newspaper.
Sure.
Been there for years. So that would be an exaggeration. Okay. And when they call you a son of a bitch, that would be an opinion?
I'd say that would be an opinion.
Because there's no way we can prove whether you're a son of a bitch or not.
She's been dead for years.
Tacitly calling your dead mother a bitch. Your mother's a bitch.
I am sorry about your mother.
Kathy's curse. Anyway.
But you would agree, though, that when someone calls someone a son of a bitch, it's not necessarily a statement of fact. It's more a statement of opinion or a description of a person.
Sure.
Okay. The same thing with being called, I think it's Gomer Pyle.
Yes.
Okay. No one would think you're Gomer Pyle from the movie.
He's Private Pyle.
Obviously, that's a character.
He gets referred to as Gomer Pyle, which is a fictional character even within the fiction of Full Metal Jacket.
Movie.
Whatever.
But you're not that person.
No.
This may sound stupid, but you've been a law enforcement officer for a long time, correct?
Yes.
You've been called many derogatory names, correct?
Over the years, yes.
You've been called a son of a bitch before, correct?
Not published, but yes.
Okay. You've been called other things even worse, correct?
I'm sure over the years I've been called many things.
It would be fair to say that during those years, people probably said bad things about you and your family also.
You know, I honestly can't remember bad things being said to my family, but I can remember bad things being done to them.
Do you believe everything you read on the internet?
No.
Do you believe everything you read in the newspaper?
No.
You probably tell your kids, don't believe everything you hear, right?
Especially now.
So, are you testifying and claiming that because Mr. Foreman called you
Who do you vote for in 2024? Ironically, this cop voted for Afroman.
Gomer Pyle, you've been painted in a false light with the public? I'm taking it one at a time, so I'm going to get to
The
it.
Gomer Pyle?
Yes.
I'm not claiming that, sir.
You're not claiming that being called a son of a bitch is a claim you're pursuing that Mr. Foreman's called you?
Correct, sir.
Being called Beetle Bailey, you're not claiming that is part of defamation proceeding on that, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And neither one of those three statements have painted you in a false light, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, it paints you in a different light than what you are, but correct.
So you're solely being painted in a false light due to Mr. Walters saying he had sex with your wife?
Mr. Walters does have sex with his wife. Mr. Foreman doesn't.
Good catch on that.
Yeah.
He seems mad that he fucked that up.
So you're claiming that is the defamation statement, is that he said he had sex with your wife,
Yes.
and that's painted you in a false light.
It's caused tremendous pain in my life.
I'll get to that. We have to go through false light first. So does it paint you in a false light?
Yes, that my wife is cheating on me with Mr. Foreman.
But we all know that's not true, correct?
I don't know.
You don't know? You don't know if your wife is sleeping with Afroman? What do you mean you don't know? Doesn't that hurts his case too? Because he's not even saying it's definitely untrue. He doesn't know, so it could be true. What in the world?
Wait, you don't know if your wife's cheating on you or not?
You want to go there?
No, I just want to ask that question because you said we don't know. I just
Been
need
with
to
that
know yes or
woman
no.
since middle school.
I know.
I would hope she wouldn't. But you know what? Once somebody puts it out there for their fun and entertainment, it's out there.
Okay, but do you not have your own judgment? You have no reason to think your wife is cheating on you.
And it's a problem.
So it's something we cannot verify the truth of?
Oh, he's mad.
Is it a thing that can be verified, true or false?
That's your client.
He's mad. He's acting like he really thinks Afroman fucked his wife.
Your Honor, I'm going to ask
Why is he... What?
for directed to direct the witness to answer the question, yes or no, please.
That you don't like his answer doesn't mean he didn't answer it.
He didn't answer the question. He's told me to ask another person. That is not an answer to the question.
So ask him another question.
Okay.
That was his answer. You didn't like how it came out, but it was his answer.
It was
If you say
non-responsive.
something else, you can ask him another question.
And so are you claiming that Mr. Foreman saying he had sex with your wife is a private fact about your life?
My family is a private part of my life.
About your wife?
Him having an affair with my wife would definitely be a private part of my life if that was occurring.
And that has affected your reputation?
Yes.
Okay. And so, am I right in concluding that the other final statement that you are claiming that Mr. Foreman said about you that painted you in a false light is that you're a thief?
Yes.
And that stems from all the posts that and all the exhibits that Mr. Klingler referenced earlier?
That's what he showed.
The ones that talk about the police officers in general?
Yes.
Were you ever disciplined due to anything Mr. Foreman said?
No.
Tara says, I have to wonder how many people actually approach him about a baseless statement about his wife cheating on him for him to say it caused him tremendous pain. Also, I imagine his wife will not be pleased with him appearing to have so little faith in her to just say, no, my wife isn't cheating on me. Yeah, I can't imagine she liked that very much. That probably caused further problems.
Were passed up for promotion?
No.
This may be a stupid question. Were you a sergeant before or after the
Before.
search? Okay. Because I know you couldn't remember when, so I was just curious on that.
It was from before.
Okay. Have you ever talked to the People's Defender or Informer about the statements?
We were not allowed.
So you were not allowed by the sheriff of Adams County?
Yes.
And you had a cease and desist letter sent prior to January 1st of 2023?
I personally made no notification.
Okay.
Everything's been made through my attorney.
But that would be after January 1st, 2023, to your knowledge?
I'm not for sure of the date.
If this lawsuit was filed after January 1st, 2023, you would agree then that it would have happened after that?
I don't know if they sent you guys a letter before or after they filed suit.
Okay.
I do not know that.
So that would be something I should ask another plaintiff?
Yeah, I I didn't handle the paperwork. I don't know what date you got that, sir.
H-Bird says if this guy were an actual lawyer, I would kind of understand him saying he doesn't know because unless he's with her every minute of every day, he can't definitely say she didn't cheat on him with Afroman.
Do you agree that how you act
Yeah, but like, I think generally we understand that we're speaking in reasonable terms, not absolute.
during your job duties affects your reputation?
Just a very strange response, I think, on his part.
It does.
And I think I've asked this, but I'll ask again. The public has commented on your job duties in the past?
I'm sure they have.
They've been critical of you?
I'm sure they have.
Did you order Lisa Phillips to disconnect the security camera?
I don't, and I haven't reviewed the body cam since that event. I know that the intent, if I can, for the camera system is, in speaking with Detective Newland, that they thought there was some type of operation of narcotics transfers there. So it would be obvious that if there's a surveillance system, that would be on it. That camera system was disconnected with my multi-tool by Sergeant Phillips. I will trust in the fact, because I have not reviewed it, that I said, hey, disconnect it. I don't know for sure that I did, but I know that she used the multi-tool to disconnect it, and it was placed in the central area in that room for evidence to be collected, because it was to be collected. Because obviously, if you thought something was going on in the residence, you collect the surveillance system, you go later and get another search warrant. I didn't find out until a couple of days later that that was not actually collected.
It was left at the scene,
Yes.
but it was disconnected.
Yes.
And you were
To
standing
take his
there
evidence.
to take his evidence.
Yes.
But it was not taken as evidence.
It was not.
So the only thing taken as evidence, significant evidence, was the cash.
There was a jar of marijuana that was found in like the ball cap room, some cash, and some vapes, as I remember.
No one was arrested for threatening you, correct?
Not our choice, but no.
That was a choice made by the sheriff?
I can't tell you whose choice it was. I know that the agency as a whole was very upset and very concerned, and between the powers that be, whoever that is, there was no charges filed.
Okay. This may sound stupid, but being a son of a bitch is not a crime, correct?
No.
May I have a second now?
I haven't seen the actual, like, reading
Your Honor, I
of
have no
the
further questions
verdict
for this
yet.
witness at this time.
Does the judge look pissed off when the verdict gets read? I'm excited to see that.
Thank you.
Mr. Walters, I'm not going to put the body cam up again. I was frankly a little confused about what it was supposed to show, but explain to me what it was that Mr. Osborne said he thought he saw that you were explaining.
May I stand up, sir? Yeah. A ballistic shield weighs about 35 pounds. Okay, it's very big. One hand has your firearm, or if you're using it for something. The other hand, there's a bar like this. To activate the lights that's on the front of it, there is an activation switch on the shield. That's what occurred.
But why just the middle finger? If it's like a click thing, why was your middle finger up? I don't understand. I don't care if he gave the finger one way or another, to be honest. I don't think it's relevant to the biggest issues of the case, but doesn't make a lot of sense.
What? So your finger moved or something?
Yes, that's how you activate the shield. And it's also 35 pounds. Once you're carrying it for a while, it takes a toll.
So were you trying to flip the bird to his security camera or something? Or?
No.
We're trying to make a disrespectful gesture in any way?
No.
You were asked a lot of questions by Mr. Osborne about things you might have been called before, criticisms you might have undergone before. Has anyone called you a thief before and published it?
No.
Has anyone ever published a statement that they fucked your wife?
No.
Have your kids come home upset because somebody said Afroman was somebody else was their father at some point before this?
As recent as yesterday. Because everything is brought back up again.
Were you at Mr. Foreman's deposition?
I was not.
Okay. Those are all my questions. Thank you.
Recross?
Your Honor, I had no recross of Mr. Walters.
Okay, go ahead, step down.
Thank you, sir.
You have a witness coming at 1 o'clock, right?
We do, Judge.
Okay, so we get lunch break till about 1 o'clock. Enjoy yourself. Don't talk about the case. Don't research. Decompress, whatever it means. Get some fresh air. Stretch. Don't deliberate early. Have a good lunch.
And that's where we're going to stop for the day. Next time we cover this, we'll finish off day 2, and we might get into a little bit of day 3. But yeah, that's another episode of the Afroman trial. Very interesting stuff. I know I'm not quite as talkative during this particular stream as I am during the others, but I just find it really interesting. It's a slower paced thing. Appreciate y'all who find it interesting with me and watch it. So anyway, I'll be back tomorrow, probably to do Sovereign Citizen Saturday. I'll see you guys then. We'll raid KF Logan here on Twitch. Do. Love you too, Mr. Blast. Alright. See you later. Now because I got high stuck in my head. Alright, bye everyone.